on the offense.
I don't know if we
click.
discussed this already, but did someone here pick the exact score?
We did discuss it,
We
but
just,
yeah.
well, let's discuss it again, 'cause that's pretty crazy. The exact score.
He missed the first 10 minutes of
Where
the
were
show.
you- where
No,
were
I was
you
there,
the-
but I just think it's important to talk about it again.
He picked
The
the.
exact
He was
score?
right on the money.
Wow.
He picked them
That's a
34-20.
genius. So
34-20.
are we going to be making
That's
picks
not hard
here
to
for
do.
people to just have, right? That's,
I agree.
That is
I
true.
agree.
We are giving out free money.
That's a
All right. All right.
Oh, right.
Let's go. We have a
Alright.
new show today, and we are bringing a lot of energy. Football is back. NBA playoffs
Football's
are
back,
still
baby.
going.
Hey.
Oh,
Serious. We have a full table full of people. But before we start, I want to take a minute
go ahead.
to say thank you to our producer, because I know
she
it's a
developed.
lot of
A lot of
egos to
work.
deal with.
Shout out.
So I want to do a
Shout out.
shout out to our beautiful producer, beautiful Ollie.
Gorgeous.
Hi, guys.
Great girl.
Thank you so much for everything. I know she puts in a lot of work into this.
And she
Uh,
manages all that personality.
It is
too.
not
Yeah, too,
easy
yeah.
to
a lot of-
actually
yeah.
deal with this many egos
It's a lot
in
of
one
egos in
table.
one
There's a
room.
lot of egos. How about this? How about thanks to the followers and the people watching?
That was gonna be my
Yes.
next
Okay,
thing.
let me steal your thunder.
Wow.
Let me
Thank
steal
you
the
to the
thunder.
people
Hey,
who
hey.
are following
You
us.
haven't been introduced. Be quiet.
All right.
That's right. If everybody's taking some lightning stars from Olivia. Damn.
Everyone wants to be
Damn.
the host.
Damn. Anyways, let the host do his job.
Go ahead.
I want to say thank you to all the fans that have subscribed to us, that like our posts, that like our videos, that take the time to actually listen to us. If you haven't, you are wasting time, my friend, because we talk about fantasy, we talk about good bets, we talk about kind of bets you
Great
should be
bets.
making.
We hit it right on the money.
We did hit it right on the money, which we'll be talking about that in a minute. So don't waste any more time. Go and press that subscribe button. Trendy Husky Podcast in YouTube, or you can go to our Instagram. Same thing, Trendy Husky Podcast, or you can go to our Facebook as well, Trendy Husky Podcast.
You'll find us.
Let's make this bigger. We appreciate the love. Let's make this a
More
bigger
love.
podcast. We can't do it without you guys. We need your help. Now, with the guests that we have, we need to introduce everyone we have, and we got a couple people. So we got
That was a Bulls intro, by the
our
way.
co-host,
That was bold.
the one and only, the one that if you do follow his Instagram, he called it right on the money.
Right on
He
the money.
said
Jeez.
the game is gonna Chiefs versus the Texans is gonna be 34-20.
I did
Called
say
it
that.
right
I did
on
say-
the money.
Said it last night
So
before
if you
kickoff.
haven't-
Saw it on the IG.
If you haven't followed him, go and follow him on
Right on the
Instagram.
money?
Right, he called the score and
exact
everything.
score.
Exact score.
Is there
Exact
proof of
score.
that?
Yeah,
Oh,
you can
yeah.
go to his
Oh, yeah.
Instagram and check the time and
my
Proof
post
of
everything.
from
a genius,
yesterday.
right? Sitting next to
Timestamp.
us.
It's genius. 30. He's 34-20, and he came down to 34-20. My co-host, my friend, Danny Blue Eyes.
Any blue eyes?
Woo,
That's
woo.
blue eyes. Woo. How blue are those eyes?
We
I don't know. I got blue glasses on. But,
yeah,
you
that's
know.
why he's feeling the shades today. He's
I
feeling a little
was.
cocky,
I
you know.
The spotlight
Yeah,
is
yeah.
everywhere
Gotta
out
get the
here after
spotlight.
34,
Took the
20.
glasses idea
I'm like,
from
all
him.
right, all right.
We got Timmy two times.
Timmy
Over
two
here.
We got Tim
times.
Lucas.
Timmy
Still a
two
free
times.
agent.
How many times? Still a free
Looking
agent?
for a
Timmy
NFL
two
spot this
times.
year.
I'm waiting for the phone call right now.
He's waiting for the phone
Timmy-
call right
Timmy
now.
Lucas,
If
Timmy
you haven't
two
followed
times.
him and you'd like to see some,
Check me out.
some pictures of
Training
Timmy
videos.
Lucas working out all the
Do some
time.
things, I do some things.
He
does a
actually
lot of
he got
things.
that nickname from the ladies. I heard
Did it?
Ooh.
because one night's not enough for them.
Oh,
Timmy two times.
Let's just get him a great man.
All right, see, this is the kind of stuff we bring into the
Sorry,
show.
Mrs. Lucas.
This is the
I
kind of
didn't
stuff.
mean that.
Jesus,
Yeah,
what
Mom,
if his
if you're-
parents
Mom,
are
if you're
watching,
listening.
Dan?
Shout out to Jerry, Mr. Luco. I
All
love
right.
you, man.
Big T.
All right, so let's get going. We're gonna talk some NFL. Chiefs versus
Oh,
Texans.
nice.
34-30, 34-20.
34-20, yep.
You called it, my
I
friend.
did call
it.
Right on the money.
Called it.
So here's my question:
What's your question?
did the Texans play a sucky game, or were the Chiefs just too freaking great?
The Texans
Because-
were a little bit off. They started off.
That's a
don't
good
know.
question.
I don't know if they were off. I think the Chiefs just too great to beat. They just played right on the money.
I mean, the Texans did play a little sloppy at first. You
They
saw
were
Will
sloppy.
Ferrell
That's
had
how
a
I
drop
call it.
at first. I know they got off to 7-0, but they just seemed a little out of sync. I know they were working in a new receiver in Brandon Cooks, also Randall Cobb. But, I mean, obviously the loss of DeAndre Hopkins, it shows that it's going to hurt them.
Yes.
They looked a little sloppy, but I just think the Chiefs are strong.
That's how I call
They
it, too.
are
Sloppy.
strong.
You
They
had
look
something to
sloppy.
say about the Texans O-line yesterday.
I think they played
Yeah,
a
that was
subpar
pretty
performance.
ugly.
If you watch the blocking, it seemed like they might have been a little bit out of condition, maybe because they weren't holding their blocks. Usually, typically you want at least 4 seconds to throw the ball for a quarterback. Didn't seem like they were giving him enough time. He was scrambling a lot back there. They weren't even doing second effort on a lot of the plays where they were broken plays and he was scrambling out of the pocket. You could see that the effort might not have been there because of the conditioning. So it's not a knock on them per se, but it's just more talking about not having preseason, not having the time to get ready for it. So it showed.
Yeah, Deshaun was running for his life back
He
there.
was.
I
He
know
was.
it's easy to put the blame on him, even with
Yeah.
that interception. But I mean, he was hit.
He did.
Was hit when he was locking up and loading for that interception.
It was,
I mean,
Honey Badger put some pressure on him, got on the shoulders. That makes the different trajectory of the football. So kudos to Honey Badger.
I mean, either way, though, you could say the Texans played a little sloppy. They didn't look ready. I mean, each team had only 3 weeks of practice, and the Chiefs came out and they showed their dominance.
Kelsey looked
They're
amazing.
showing that, hey,
Mahomes
we are
looked
Shout out to my
great.
fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. You do have Kelsey on your team.
What Mahomes throw for 3 touchdowns?
Three
It
touchdowns,
should have been
300
4.
yards, I
Yeah, it
think.
should have been
Was it
4
should have
because he
been
had a
4.
drop right
There's
in the
2
end zone.
drops in the end zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it
Two
300 yards? 200 yards?
I
Yeah,
think
it was
it
a
was
couple
over
hundred
300,
yards.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think a couple
I think he was
hundred,
pushing 300, 3 touchdowns. Just another day at the office. It should have been 4 touchdowns. He threw that dime over the top that was called back. That touchdown.
Yeah,
And
that
then
wasn't a
remember that
touchdown.
other one where the
You
guy
think that was a
slipped and it
touchdown?
like hit right off his
Yep.
face.
When he was in the back of the end zone, you think that was a touchdown?
No, I don't think it was a touchdown. It should have been caught though.
Chief,
Oh,
bring
I
your
was
mic
saying.
a little closer, please.
That's
Sam.
what I was saying.
Drink
That's
this
all.
one?
No, bring your mic a little closer
Oh,
so
my
that
mic,
people
okay.
can hear you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you got a lot to say. Let's hear it.
Yeah, let's hear
Okay.
Let's hear
exactly.
it, dog.
Talk some
Okay,
business.
so with the Chiefs being playing the way they played in their first game, and I was saying this yesterday. Usually, a lot of teams once they win the Super Bowl, that first game is always shaky.
Yeah, you see a little bit like a Super Bowl hangover
Yeah,
or
they
something.
did not-
Or
Hangover,
like
right.
you see a lackadaisical approach,
Right.
like, hey, we're the champs. But they came out and made a statement. They said, hey, we're the champs.
We're still here.
We're still
and
here.
the thing that is so scary is they have a real running back now.
Yeah,
You know, the guy from
that is
LSU,
scary.
dude,
Yeah.
No,
he
he
runs
looked good.
low, he's
Yeah.
sturdy,
He's short
hard to
and
take
he's
down.
strong.
And he's a
Low to the
complete
ground.
back. He could catch the ball out of the backfield. He could run it. You add a running game to that Chiefs offense.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Scary.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
it's scary.
God.
That is scary.
Oh, my God.
That is super scary. Okay, do they have any threat? Anyone could actually challenge them right now? I mean, we haven't seen Sunday games,
man.
but they looked scary good yesterday.
Scary good, yeah.
Scary good.
And I think the Texans are still a playoff team. You know, they made the second round of the playoffs
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost DeAndre Hopkins, but know what? I mean, I don't think it's going to be a huge loss because they did replace him with Brandon Cooks. Obviously, not the same receiver.
Right.
But I'm saying, you know, Deshaun Watson, I think it'll be good for him because he's not just going to focus specifically on Hopkins. He'll be able to spread the ball out a little more. But shit, man, they
They looked good.
good.
They looked really good. Okay,
Oh,
moving on to the
scary.
next game. We're going to be breaking down
Scary.
all the games. Lucky you guys.
All the games.
Subscribe.
All the
Let's
lines.
go.
All the lines.
All right. Jet versus Bills.
Oh, jeez.
How are we
do we have
liking
to-
this
excited
game?
was that
Who's your
game?
favorite?
Do we have to talk about it?
Yeah, we have to talk about all the games. Sadly, that's our job now,
All
and
the
we like
games.
doing this. We
All
like
right.
breaking games for the fans and
Well,
everyone.
Buffalo goes into this season as actually the favorite to win the AFC East.
Okay.
So right now the line
Buffalo's looking
opens
good.
it's at 6.5 right now.
Okay.
I mean, Buffalo's at home. Obviously, they don't have any fans in the stands. Only a few of them are allowed. I mean, 6.5.
Are they gonna have the same thing as they did yesterday? Because they
only
were
4 teams are allowed 25% capacity.
Really?
in the
Who?
stands. I don't know off the top of my head. I
Okay.
mean, shit.
so only 4 teams in the whole league.
Shoot.
Right now, yeah.
Wait,
I
are we
mean,
allowed to
as
swear in this
as the
podcast?
season goes on,
Right.
they'll
That
slowly
might change.
incorporate fans. But
Got it.
as of now, most of the teams right now don't allow it.
So the line is at 7 now,
Yeah, 7.
and the money line is Buffalo minus 300.
I mean, obviously Buffalo's at home. New York's a mess. They traded Jamal Adams.
Right.
They're trying to incorporate some new pieces. I mean, Buffalo is the favorite to win. they have to come out and make a statement saying, hey, we're the lot better team. I mean, touchdown favorite, I don't know. I like the line where, obviously, I like the line around 6 or 7 when you could tease it down to about 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So if you include Buffalo in a teaser, bring them down to -1, I really like that a lot. But I do think Buffalo will win the game outright. So if you're looking to bet them on the money line.
Jets?
Yeah,
Yeah.
against the Jets at home.
What's the money line?
Money line right now, you probably.
The money line right now is at -300 for the Bills,
Oh, minus
plus
300.
250 for the
Points price
Jets.
-300. So you got to bet 300 to win 100.
No, the line is at 7.
7.
Yeah.
7 -7.
Yeah, they're favored by a touchdown. I think it makes sense. I mean, I personally would feel comfortable taking Buffalo -7.
So you say and don't take him straight up. That would be good for a teaser.
Yeah, I mean the -7 is good for a teaser. I feel like they're gonna win about 2 scores. I see the game being around like 24-10 Buffalo.
Okay.
So I would feel comfortable taking them -7, but it's always.
Okay.
I mean,
I get it.
We'll see. Buffalo has a few new pieces. They signed Stephon Diggs. They got a rookie running back. So we'll see how they able to incorporate them in there.
We gotta talk about the elephant in the room, Le'Veon Bell. Do we expect
good
him to
catch.
have a better year than last year?
Well, I drafted him in fantasy.
Okay.
So I don't know, but
Reports,
everything out of camp.
yeah, camp's not.
When did you
is
draft
not
him? What
good.
round?
I believe it was the 5th round, 4th
Fifth round.
round,
Oh, so
somewhere
he
right
dropped.
around
The
there.
reports
He
are not
dropped.
looking good from his training camp.
Yeah, we heard that Frank Gore is like splitting carries with him, and he was getting mad at the
Wait,
coach.
Frank Gore has a son, correct?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Frank
He's
Gore
also
has
a
a
running
son.
back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And what is he in college right now?
Yeah,
I
he
think
is
so,
in
yeah.
college.
In college.
Frank Gore's
so it's
kid
possible
is
they
in
could
college.
Play together?
Yeah.
I don't know if in the same team, but
No, not the same thing, but it's
Yeah.
almost like a LeBron scenario.
could be,
like they're
yeah.
thinking, hey.
oh
can you play with
really?
Bronny? Yeah.
LeBron too?
Oh, yeah, with Bronny. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, what? His son's.
His son's a freshman.
3
so,
years, right.
Yeah, so he would
3
need to
years
play
away.
another 2-3 years.
Which
Yeah.
No, more than
yeah,
2-3
which is
years. If he's a freshman in high school, that means
No,
No,
freshman in
freshman
college.
Oh, he's a freshman in
Yeah.
college.
Mhm.
Damn. Yeah, he might be playing with his
that
father
stump
soon.
sounds good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do they sponsor us yet?
Stump down?
Yeah.
All right, we're not getting any sponsors from Stumptown, so I'm not gonna plug
It'll
them.
be like Beard Club all over again.
Oh.
All of a sudden they'll just start
That's
showing
right.
up.
That's right. All right, next game. The Eagles versus the. Well, I
Oh.
still can't get over calling them the Washington football team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
feel
so
like
boring.
everybody else is treating it like it's normal now.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's,
It's
not normal.
It's
yeah.
not normal at all.
Wait a second.
Why can't you just pick a name? Like literally, you have all these people, all these reps working for you, and you're calling it the
How about
Washington
the Washington Bulldogs?
football team.
Oh,
That
the
just makes no
Bulldogs.
sense.
You like
Cool
that?
name, yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Bulldogs.
Hey, the Washington Huskies would not be bad. Something to think about. I don't
Something
know.
to think about.
Something to think
Well,
about.
they'd have to pay to use it. For us.
That's right. Gotta
But the
pay us.
Bulldogs.
Pay us some
and
money.
that,
Mm.
All right.
Get
So Eagles, Washington. What are we
I-
thinking?
I really like the Eagles in this game. I mean, they have a pretty solid squad. They're a little bit banged up at receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Alshon Jeffrey's hurt as always. The guy's had a pulled
I've heard that
hamstring
they're
for
thinking about
6 years.
shipping him.
Good, ship him out.
They're thinking about shipping him
Shape
out.
up or ship out. That's what my mama always said.
Shape up or ship out. You gotta get with it or get out of here.
I'd leave a dirty dish in the sink, and she'd be shape up or ship out.
Shape up or ship out. That's
Shape
not gonna
up
cut
or
it
ship
around
out.
here. One
Easy.
dish, mm-mm.
Can you still hear me on the mic or no?
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
Okay,
we had a
alright,
little.
Turbulent.
Yeah, just if you move it around, it might.
Oh, I gotcha. No, what's that line at right now, Frenchie?
The line, sir, is at the line is at 6. So
6?
Eagles -6. The money line is at -240.
Okay.
Washington
Eagles
plus
minus
200.
6.
Okay. Well, what? Washington started Dwayne Haskins. I still really like Philly in this game. I mean, right around the 6 points. Again, it's a nice sweet spot for a teaser if you would like. If not, I think Philly's going to win by a touchdown. I got them around 27-20 on this game.
Okay. G, want to add anything to that?
I think the Eagles are gonna take this one. I think it would be close though. I don't think a blowout. Maybe I would say
So close by a touchdown, you mean?
I'm gonna go with 21-13.
21-13.
Okay.
21-13.
Not
All
bad.
right.
Not
All
bad.
right.
Not
All
bad.
right.
21-13.
All right.
I think what we're really looking for, especially if anyone who's gambling this week 1, you want. I mean, training
Bless
camp
you.
was cut short. Everything was cut short. No preseason. There's only 3 weeks of practice. So you're going to want to look for teams that majority of their starters from last year, same playbook, same continuity.
Yeah.
That's what you're really
Yeah.
looking for in week 1. I mean,
Same
because a
coaching
lot of
staff.
people are like looking at the Buccaneers per se. Yes, they do have a lot of talent, but I just, you
gonna
got
be
to
hard
be
to
careful.
gel.
Give them a few
It's
weeks.
gonna be hard to gel.
Give them a few weeks to gel.
Right.
At least a few weeks. I would say
Yeah,
maybe till
yeah,
like 4 or
just
5,
so if
yeah,
you're looking
somewhere
to
in there.
place some bets this week, It's going to be a trend here at Trendy Husky where we're looking for teams that kind of have the same starters, everything, same playbook, where they could just slide in. Just look at the Chiefs last year. 11 of 12 starters came back on the offense.
I don't know if we discussed this already, but did someone here pick the exact score?
We did discuss it, but
well, let's discuss it again, 'cause that's pretty crazy. The exact score.
He missed the first 10 minutes of
Where
the
were
show.
you? Where were you?
But I just think it's important to talk about it again.
He picked
The
the.
exact
He was
score?
right on the money.
Wow.
He picked them
That's a
34-20.
genius. So are we
34-20.
going to be making
That's
picks
not hard
here
to
for
do.
people to just have, right? That's,
I agree.
That is
I
true.
agree.
We are giving out free money.
that's a service.
All right, let's go. Next one.
Wholesome
We
punches.
got a lot of football to talk about. Packers versus the Vikings. That's gonna be a good matchup. The line right now is at. Let me see the line.
That's the Viking sound at their home stadium every time they get a sack.
Yeah,
I have nightmares every time the Bears
Is
go to
Aaron Rodgers
Minnesota.
gonna have a good season though?
I mean, obviously, Aaron Rodgers has a big ass chip on his shoulder.
Does he have like enough weapons?
That's what the question has been for the last 3 or 4 years.
That's true.
I mean, the Packers basically have the same team. Vikings traded away a few defensive starters, so I'm a little bit hesitant choosing them in week 1. I think this is definitely one of the underdog players.
They are underdogs this
Yeah,
week, so
right?
they're
Packers are
underdogs
what?
for they're plus 2.5.
Who's the underdog?
Packers.
It's
On
in
the road,
Minnesota,
right?
but
What?
no
On
fans.
the road?
Yeah, it's on the road,
No
but
fans.
you got to think though. I mean, there's no fans, so that definitely is going to play a factor.
Yes.
I think that
His
would
home
be a
field
nice
advantage.
money line kind of bet.
Oh, yeah,
Plus
Plus
Packers.
175.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
feel
that's a-
comfortable. With
yeah.
that. You feel comfortable.
Yeah,
with that.
money line.
That's one you could take a risk on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're on the road. There is no home fans for the
No, I like
Vikings.
the Packers on the
That's
money
not a
line in
bad
that game.
pick to have for a money line kind of play.
Because I see that game right now as a toss-up. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Minnesota's incorporating a few new pieces. Packers still got very similar playbook. I mean, same
Well,
playbook, same players running on the
Here
offense.
is the problem with the Vikings. It just depends which Cousins is going to show up. If Cousins shows up like he did in the end of the season, all right,
I
great.
know
They have
Cousins,
a good shot.
Cousins does have a lot of haters, especially for how much he's made.
Yeah.
But he did go
Good
into New
overall guy.
Orleans last year.
Yeah, but he doesn't
He
always
did
bring
go
his A
into
game.
New Orleans last year and win a big playoff game.
True. I agree with that. I'm not saying he's a scrub. I'm just saying he's not very consistent.
He has bad
That's his
consistency.
problem.
But I would
Consistency.
say that he's more average of being a pretty good quarterback than
Right.
he is a bad quarterback. He does have some poor performances where we're like, Kurt, come on.
I
Right.
think he's in the
But-
top half. I mean, right around
I
probably
agree.
like
Yeah.
13 or
Yeah,
14.
I agree.
I'd rank him in the league. Yeah, I mean,
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. So it's actually a good teaser pick, and it would be a good money line pick.
oh yeah, if you tease the Packers to
Yeah.
8, 9
Yeah.
points,
Yeah.
especially in a division game, most division teams know each other very well.
Yep.
So most division games are going to come down to one score.
Yep. Browns versus Ravens. That's gonna be a good one. I
is.
want to see how the
Ravens.
Browns is. Everybody, in the beginning of last year, thought the Browns were gonna be this team who's gonna make it to the Super Bowl and whatever. And then
Well, there's a lot of hype train on
there
the Browns.
was.
There's a lot
We
of
were
hype
talking
train.
about their division being a tough division.
Uh-huh.
We can't throw, the Steelers under the bus. They're a very tough,
Yeah.
team to have in their conference. I'm sorry, the division.
Yeah.
So, are we okay with? Do we think the Browns might actually have a better season than last season?
Yes.
Now that they played a little more together,
Yes.
Baker Mayfield has that first year under,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
we-
it's
I
his
know-
third year now.
Yeah.
Correct?
third year.
Yeah, third year.
Yeah, but
I mean,
but he started all of last year, so we think like the chemistry is gonna be better with
I think the
Odell.
Browns will have a better season, but I think I was listening to an expert yesterday talking about the Ravens, and he actually is picking them in the Super Bowl over the Chiefs.
Ooh,
Yes,
That's
little
a very
controversial.
bold
They said, "Is
prediction."
there anybody to actually challenge Kansas City?" And he said, "If it was anybody, it would
well, of
probably
course,
be-
yeah. Baltimore, I'd have
Well,
the
yeah,
number
the-
2 in our power rankings.
but
I mean,
we were talking about that in our last show. I feel like, and I agree with what we said. I feel like the Chiefs are by themselves in a whole
Of course,
nother
yeah.
level.
Yeah.
Like,
I
it's
think
not even
Chiefs
close.
And then there's the field.
Yeah.
But if there was to be someone on their tail, you would have to put Baltimore. I mean, that's
So the line right now for the Browns and Ravens, the Browns are underdog by 7.5.
okay.
I'm still liking the Ravens there. Where is it?
It's in Baltimore.
It's in Baltimore.
In Baltimore.
Yeah.
I wonder if Vegas is actually, because for each home game, Vegas adds 3 points into your favor for each home game. I'm wondering if they're doing that this year.
Right.
Just because right now there's no fans.
I
So
agree.
are they still getting to 3 points? I'm not really sure. What you said the line's at what?
7.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
See, I think Baltimore is going to come out and win this game. I really do. But you do have to remember that Cleveland did last year in week 3. Cleveland actually upset Baltimore. I mean, Cleveland and Baltimore, they play twice a year. As I said, in division games, I'm always a little bit hesitant giving more than a touchdown. If that line's around 6 or 7, just keep an eye on it. But in a division game, you never want to give more than one score just because each teams know each other very, very well.
All right, with our next one, we got the Bears versus the
You see me
Lions.
repping, dog?
Monsters
Sweetness.
of the Midway.
Walter Payton.
A
dog.
lot of questions on
Walter
that game.
Payton,
We got a
dog.
lot of questions on that game.
Uh,
Hold up.
lot of
First things
questions,
first. Hold on, let's
Bears.
calm it down. Calm it down.
You know Walter Payton.
The Bears.
Walter Payton.
That's my hero.
The Bears.
R.I.P.
All right,
Sweetness,
what do we
Bears
expect,
and Bears.
guys? Let's be honest for a second.
Let's be
Trubisky
honest.
has been having a sucky freaking career so far.
Why do we got to talk about Trubisky?
We have to talk about Trubisky. Do we expect him to turn it around this year? Now that he has
Expect him
someone that
to?
could take his spot.
Expect him to?
Yes. Because let's be very honest. He had Chase Daniels. It wasn't really a threat to ever take his spot. Do we expect him to step it up now that he has Nick Foles right in his...
I expect that he should know that he has to. That he should be aware by now that if he
Of
doesn't
course, yeah.
perform, that he's out the door. So he's got to know this. He's got to focus on that because even last season, it's year 3 for him. Technically, maybe year 2, like playing wise and with Nagy. So by now, I think he gets it that he has to step it up, or he might.
I
be
mean,
losing out on his job.
competition. It'll either bring out the best in you, or it'll make you fold.
Are we
What is Nick
taking... Are we... Because remember, this is his last year in his contract. So not only that he has Nick
I
Foles as
know.
a
It's
backup,
either he's going to step up and earn
did
that
he sign-
but he's
contract.
going to play for his
Did
contract.
Or
he only
he's-
sign a 4-year contract, or was it
Yeah,
5?
it was a 4-year contract, I
4
believe.
year?
I believe it was a 4-year.
Oh yeah, it's a 4-year.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
so the
not-
fifth
yeah,
year
I think-
option.
yeah.
I agree, yeah.
It was 4.
So
I mean, I got it's either he's going to step up or he's just going to completely fold over. I remember when I played varsity baseball back in the day.
yep.
They say competition brings out the best, but I saw the shortstop ahead of me was so much better. I just decided, you go ahead and take it. I'm going to sit on the
You
bench.
take it there.
What is okay? So
So obviously I folded, yeah.
so besides the QB position, what are some I mean, how is the O line with the Bears this year?
Well, O-line's the same. They only added one new starter. He played for the Seahawks last year, kind of as a spot
Right.
starter. So I don't see the offensive line making too many great strides or improvements.
Right.
But it's got to come from Nagy. They got to have a more balanced offense. Too many times last year they were throwing
Shuffled
30,
around. They
40
shuffled.
times a game.
Yeah.
Why the hell are you throwing 30, 40 times a game with a guy who can't even hit a fucking 7-yard slant? You need a more balanced attack. You need to run it 20 times past. You need to get Trubisky onto play action.
Do you think
need to-
he worked on his mobility this offseason?
Well,
Trubisky?
I
Yeah.
mean, last year he was hurt. That's the
Right.
thing people forget. He had the hip flexor. He had the torn labrum and other shoulder.
Right.
So I think he was a little scared to run again. So I'm hoping him being fully healthy. As I said last episode, he needs at least 500 rushing yards this
His
year.
feet are his deadliest
Yeah,
option.
absolutely.
His deadliest weapon. So
He is scared of running. He
was
is
timid
not
last
very
year. He was
immobile.
timid.
He was timid last year because he was hurt. So I'm hoping, he grabs his sack and rushes for a few first downs and let's go. But we'll see.
All right, the line is at 3. Bears are underdogs.
Did we discuss Anthony Miller at all? What do we expect out of him?
Very true.
Well, I think obviously Anthony Miller. I mean, it all depends on. Well, Miller
upside.
hasn't been able to stay healthy.
That's true.
That's the one thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, it depends on Trubisky. I feel like Miller is kind of the stretch the field type
He
player.
could be a number 2 behind Allen if he actually is consistent.
See, I want to know your opinion on this too because I know Miller plays in the slot.
Yeah.
And we need him to stretch the field. I know a lot of routes he ran last year, which I noticed he was running up the seam. It's just Trubisky can't hit that post
he's not gonna
right up
find
the
that,
seam.
no.
He can't hit that. I feel like that's one of the toughest. That's probably the toughest throw to make in all of football, right?
It is.
If you're
Depends
running
on
out the slot
coverage.
and hit the
Yeah.
seam.
If it's zone coverage, that's a tough throw to make because you got to put it in a spot.
Exactly.
throw.
You got to put it over the linebacker and below the safety. And obviously, Trubisky doesn't have that touch. We all know he doesn't have that touch.
Are the Lions? So everybody's lit up high on the Lions. Everybody thinks that the Lions might
Yeah,
actually make it
that's
out of the
true.
division this year.
That's true.
Well,
And I was actually very surprised because
I
you're
feel
making
like
a.
they have the expectation every other year though with the Lions. They're like, well, maybe
Well,
Stafford.
Well, they do have the weapons for it. They have.
do.
They do have a good offense.
Shout
if you
out
see it on paper. Listen,
Marvin Jones.
that's what we're doing. We break sports.
out
We
to
know
Marvin
we're Bears fans, but we gotta
Barsh.
the Bears. But we gotta
Barsh.
talk about what's going on.
Barsh, barsh,
They do
barsh.
have great wide receivers. They do have
They
a
do.
good
Pretty
quarterback
good, yeah.
in Stafford.
I'd
I
say
mean, it's
above
not
average,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah, above
He-
average.
Is Stafford top 10?
Ooh, I don't know about
That is a tough question. I think he's right on the border. He was actually
Yeah, he's
having an
borderline
MVP
top
type
10.
season before he got hurt
before
last
he
Yeah,
year.
I agree.
Before he got hurt, he was having a good year.
Yeah.
That's true.
He's a gunslinger.
I think
mean,
health is going to be
What's
their
going on?
biggest problem.
Yeah.
Health might be their biggest problem because if they can stay healthy, I think they might have a shot of making it out of that division.
I mean,
If-
that division's tough, too.
It is.
I mean,
With
you
the-
got the
because-
Vikings,
Yeah,
Packers,
Packers,
Bears,
Bears.
The
Lions.
Packers
There's
are
no
always going to
pushovers.
give you that 8-8.
The
More than
Packers?
that.
Or more than
probably,
that,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's Aaron Rodgers.
I'm just saying,
You
yeah,
usually
of
could
course.
peg him for 9-10
What did they
wins,
finish
no
last
matter the
season?
talent.
They finished last season. I think
Packers?
they finished around
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
13-3, 12-4, somewhere around there.
12.
Yeah, they had a pretty good year. They're
Yeah,
the number
so
2 seed.
they'll give you, above average kind of season, but are they going to be? Do they have enough to make it out of the division? I think it's going to come down to health for them by the end of the day.
Well, so go back to the line. What's the line?
The
for
line
week
is
one?
plus
What people
3, 4. I mean, it's 3. The Bears are underdogs.
wanna- The Bears.
So I think it will be a nice teaser
Bears.
if you pick.
Deep
Well, let's
dish
be honest.
pizza
I think the
and
Lions are
Bears.
favorite. I know they're playing at home.
Yep.
The Lions are playing at home, but I do think that the Lions are a much better team than the Bears are.
Much. He called himself a Bears fan the other day. I wasn't sure if that was true.
He's a Bears fan.
Thank
Just
you.
not a
About 5
diehard Bears
seconds.
fan. Not
Give
a
about 5
diehard
seconds,
Bears
you're like,
fans.
you
He's
said
not.
there.
He is from France. It's hard to be a
That's what I'm
diehard.
saying. I
You
was
guys
like,
come
I
to
haven't
my show
talked
and you
to
guys
the-
trash
I'm
me
not
about my
trashing.
Bears
It's not trashing.
love. Are you kidding me?
I just haven't heard you
I'm a
speak
big
about-
Real Madrid fan, but I know when Real Madrid doesn't have enough weapons to beat other teams, I'm
Okay.
still,
Yeah,
I'm
so
still
you
going to
could be a
call in the
Bears fan,
shots.
recognize
Listen
that they're
here,
not
I'm-
good.
I'm telling all our followers, don't bet on the Bears this week.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm probably gonna bet on them because I'm just going to be like, it's opening day.
Right.
That's
Fuck
what we
it.
do.
The
Right.
Bears.
Yeah,
The
but the
Bears.
Bears,
That's what's gonna happen.
as a
The
pick,
Bears.
I would.
What does worry me is the new defensive end that the Bears signed, Robert Quinn. I hear he's actually not playing.
He's
so
been
I'm
banged up.
Yeah, he's
last
been banged
year,
up in
so-
training camp, and I hear he's not playing week 1. That's rumors, and that does really scare me
When did they say
because
that last?
that means they're today. I know, because that means they're able to double team Khalil on the edge
Yeah.
and double team freaking Aheem kicks up the middle, and then they could let the other pass rusher.
But
just
does it give,
goes.
in a way, like just other players need to step it up? I mean, remember, this is the first game of the year.
I know that's why the
Fun
Bears
fact.
got rid of Leonard Floyd and signed Robert Quinn
Right.
Fun
for
fact,
this
though,
exact reason.
one of the new training facilities that I'm working out at, Eddie Goldman also works out there. So maybe I could slip him a little message. Hey, we'd like to have you back, Eddie. How about
There
that?
you go.
Yeah, come on, dude.
There you
COVID's
go.
nothing. Everyone's over it now.
What's Corona?
Come on, Eddie.
What's coronavirus?
Yeah, Johnny Manziel.
All right, next one. The Colts versus the Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Colts. New
Uh,
QB. I mean, not new QB, but
It's in
they had the
Jacksonville.
QB for a little while now.
So you take this
They
one
made it
down.
to the
It's in
playoffs.
Jacksonville?
Hit him
What?
with that good.
It's in Jacksonville.
Yep.
I'm taking Indy.
Yeah. All right. Obviously, Jacksonville is full on tank mode. They want
Yep.
Sunshine. They want Trevor
Who doesn't
Lawrence.
want
They
Sunshine?
traded away 3 defensive starters. They
They-
released Leonard Fournette.
Yeah,
They got a lot of moving pieces on defense and offense. I mean, the Colts got a little bit of hype. They have a good team. We'll see how fat
and
Phillip
the-
Rivers does. But
That's what I was gonna say. The Colts starting quarterback is
Fat Phil.
Philip
Fat
Rivers,
Phil.
and he's a fan favorite for his tenacity.
Yes.
Also on that podcast that I was listening to last night, they're like, you know what I love him for is sportsmanship. They're like, well, you didn't talk about his arm or the way he plays. No, He's a good sport. He's got some fire in
He
him.
shot puts his way to victory.
That's what he does. And if
He
does,
does come in with like a lot of
trick.
tricky plays too, and he does have an arm. He has a good arm.
I wouldn't say a good arm.
Okay, well,
you see his arm has
He's got
faded.
2 arms. Yeah, physically.
He's
got-
accurate.
No, that's
short
not what I'm
to
saying. He
mid-range.
can throw the ball. He can throw the
He
ball.
Well, he's a
shot
quarterback. Of course, he could throw the ball.
Okay, he
shot
can throw. I think above average. Fine, you guys
No,
gonna
his
keep
arm
picking
is
my
below
words
average
here.
now. His arm is below average. Okay,
I don't want
but
to say anything bad.
his
so-
accuracy, short and mid game, is really nice. He's got a nice touch.
Mid-game.
I
Yes.
agree with that. His accuracy
But the
does
deep
have a
ball,
problem
I mean,
with the accuracy.
What's
He
the
doesn't
line
have
on it?
Keenan Allen anymore.
Oh, the line on it. Give me
He's
a
got
second.
Ty.
Okay.
Ty,
You
I
always
think.
big on Ty.
The Jaguars are actually wow. They are at home and they are underdogs.
touchdown celebration.
Plus,
That's
Pretty
cool.
good one. Yeah.
hey,
It is.
plus 8 points. Let's stay focused here, boys.
I'm focused.
Let's stay
We're
focused.
dancing over here.
Plus 8 points. 8 points.
8 points. Ooh.
For what?
For the Jaguars, the underdogs.
I always hate betting on spreads over one score, as I said.
Yeah.
But
that would be a nice tease.
It would be a nice tease. Tease it down to 2, or take them on a
No.
money line in a parlay. What?
You take the Colts.
That's why I said tease
Yeah,
them
okay,
down
got
to
it.
2 points.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I like
Oh,
the
teaser?
Yeah,
Big
that
on
would be a good
teasers.
teaser actually. I think
Big
the
on
Colts
teasers.
for a teaser, you get it down to what -2. Will be a good one. All right, to the next one, to the next game, we got the Seahawks versus the Falcons.
the Dirty Birds.
Do we
Dirty
think the
Birds.
Falcons are finally back?
I hate the Dirty Birds.
You can
I
hate them.
them.
Let's
I
talk
always
about
hate
it.
them.
I'm not, guys.
Me and them have a dirty past.
We're not here to talk about who you love or who you hate.
Are we?
Do we think they're gonna be good,
The Bears.
That bunch.
guys?
Dish pizza.
Focus up. Focus up.
Chicago. Hot
Focus up. It's
Dude,
hard to run
the
a show.
Bears, man.
The Bears.
Are we all?
They're gonna be back on TV this Sunday. Don't you know
Is
it?
that the only thing we be talking about? Is
Oh.
our
Bears.
Bears. Masters of the Midway. I heard.
All right, we have a bunch of 2 years old screaming over here.
Uh,
Do we think that the Falcons can make a noise? Do you think they can make the playoffs this year? They had couple not so good seasons after their Super Bowl
They still got
appearance.
Julio.
Do we think Julio's back?
Well, I don't. Falcons are very, very interesting team as always. I
Yeah.
think Matt Ryan's pretty consistent. He's gonna,
He is.
give you the 30 touchdowns around
Is
4,000
Matt
yards.
getting older now?
He's getting well, obviously he's getting
37.
older.
No, I thought he was gonna stay
no,
the same
I think
age.
he's like
no?
around
No, I
34,
mean-
35.
Okay. But I mean,
Okay.
Falcons are interesting. They added Todd Gurley.
True.
Obviously, I still think Todd Gurley's good. We don't know what's going on with his knee, but I think that is an upgrade from Devontae Freeman. And Kelvin Ridley's only getting better. They got some weapons on the
Devontae Freeman
outside.
was decent.
Yeah, he was decent, but I don't think he was, as special of a talent as Todd
Yes,
Gurley is.
Todd
You know.
is- I
Yeah,
think
but do we
Todd would
see a
do well.
playoff spot for them?
Well, there is
I can see
7
them
playoff
sneaking.
spots now.
I can see them sneaking in there.
I could definitely see. I mean, they're in a very tough division. I can't see them winning the division, but I could see them sneaking in as a wild card
They're the underdogs. They're +2.5
at home, right?
at home.
See, this game's very tricky for me. Obviously, I think the Seahawks are a Super Bowl contender, and I want to say yes, let's ride the Seahawks. But I mean, obviously, the West Coast teams traveling all the way to the East Coast
I
always
even
cause
like
issues.
their money line and a nice parlay. Seahawks -140. Wouldn't hurt.
I mean,
Minus
I think
40.
the Seahawks are going to win this game, but I see it as a field goal game. I see it tight. I wouldn't go a lot of money on it. I
Yeah.
think the Falcons. I think the Falcons are a little bit underrated. They have a lot of weapons.
The
could be a sleeper.
The Falcons to me falls in that category with the Vikings. Like you don't know which Falcons is gonna show
Oh
up.
yeah.
Okay.
The
You know what I mean?
No, because
So
you're
so
right.
they can be really good, or they can just bring in a sucky game and
They
lose them
could
by
lose
2
to a bottom
touchdowns.
5 team, but
Yeah.
you wouldn't be too surprised if they beat a top
Exactly.
5 team.
It's
You know?
to me, I compare them to a Vikings. If we go NBA, I compared them this year to like OKC because they don't have a lot of talent,
Okay.
but you don't know when they can beat a Lakers
Yeah.
team, they can beat
You
a
bet
Clippers.
against them when you think they're gonna win, and then
Yeah, and then they end
dirty
up
bird
shocking
you.
you.
They
So
dirty
be
bird you.
careful betting for the Falcons. That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
But do we like the Seahawks' weapons this year?
No, I definitely
did.
do. Yeah,
I
go
did.
ahead, D.
Yeah, I like Metcalf. I was big on him coming out of college. I think.
Do you think
he has
he's gonna
good
have a
rapport.
big year because everyone was
And
so high on him
People
on
sleep
fantasy?
this. They did re-sign Josh Gordon recently. think
Who
I'm not sure if
cares?
he's going to be eligible. See, you say who cares,
Who
but I
gives
think
a
Gordon is still
blah,
very
blah.
talented. If he can stay healthy, stay in the league, and do what he's supposed to do,
Okay.
I think he can be productive. You have Josh Gordon, you have Metcalf, you have Russell Wilson with a good defense. That's
All
pretty
right.
good.
All right.
No, yeah, I agree with the pieces. DK Metcalf is going to take a huge jump. Lockett,
Yes.
you know what you're going to get from him.
Yes.
I mean, come on. Josh Gordon has had talent for the last 8 years, and
Yes.
he hasn't produced anything. I don't think there's
I
anything in
wouldn't say
that.
anything.
Who are we picking?
Did you see his stats for the first couple of years? He was putting up
No
very
shit.
good
No
numbers.
one's going to argue that. I'm just
So-
saying he hasn't been relevant in probably 5 years, 4 years.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Who are
But
we picking? I
they
need to
hit-
pick, guys.
I told you
Need to pick.
Seahawks.
Give me the line
Seahawks?
again? Seahawks, yes.
By what? A
Tight.
touchdown?
Wait,
No,
let
three.
me re-clarify.
Uh-huh.
Sea chickens.
Sea chickens by
Sea
what?
chickens.
Sea chickens.
By
Sea
what?
chickens.
By a field goal?
Yeah, that's what I got. I
Ooh,
mean,
give me the line again.
Ooh, we got him at 2.5.
Chickens versus
Chicken versus the Falcons.
Falcons. Okay.
Where have you been?
Well, I just forgot about the birds.
He's
versus
half
chickens.
here,
I'm
half
like,
here.
I don't
Right,
know.
he's half here, has
Chickens-
there, yeah.
all right, Seahawks, next one.
Yes,
brother.
I'm taking chickens by 5.
Let's go.
Okay. All right. Chargers versus the Bengals.
Next.
No.
Next.
Gotta talk about it.
Skip.
Chargers
What's
versus
the
the
line?
Bengals.
The
The
Bears.
lines is at 3. Chargers favorite. Do we? Okay. So Bengals had some. Do we? Can we say that Bengals had a good draft?
Of course.
Okay.
I mean,
So
we
with
got
all the
Cool
weapons they
Joe.
had this
Cool
year,
Joe Burrow.
do we feel like they could not even have a good season? Could they have a decent season? Because every
Bengals?
time we say Bengals, we see them getting smashed by a couple touchdowns every game.
4-12.
Do we feel like that might get turned around this year?
4-12. Not now. Not yet.
Not yet?
It's gonna take a little
I
while.
don't. I mean, obviously that's a goal of every season. But for the Bengals this year, they're not even thinking about winning.
No.
They're in their tough AFC North. Their job right now is to get cool Joe Burrow comfortable with the playbook, comfortable
Up
with
to
his
speed.
weapons around him.
Yeah.
Exactly. Work him in there. Make sure everything's comfortable for cool Joe. That's
Cool
what
Joe.
they want for him.
Has he been named outright starter already? Like clearly.
Yeah, they don't got no
Yeah.
one else behind.
So
him.
you guys are picking the Chargers by a landslide on this one?
No, see, look, as
They-
I said, everyone stay away from this game because there's so many moving parts here. You got the Chargers starting Tyrod Taylor, who hasn't
Yes.
started a game in 3 years. The Chargers got a lot of moving pieces.
Frenchie, I believe you were asking me who the Chargers starting quarterback was. Not
I
too
did
long ago.
couple
because no one
weeks
really
ago.
even-
Yeah, because
you
no
don't
one
think
knew
about
who the
them.
hell
You're
was
like,
going
wait a
to
second. We
start
know
for them.
they're losing
Right.
Philippe, but who's
Well, after
starting for the
Rivers, they didn't
Chargers?
make really any moves for the QB position.
Well, they drafted Justin Herbert. Tyrod Taylor's just a bridge.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I
but they-
forgot
you-
about that.
Yeah,
Justin
how
But
do
you
you
don't
forget
think
about
they
it?
should have signed a QB for a year? Or
No,
may-
I like Justin Herbert. Me and Shump had quite a bit of dialogue on him coming out of college. We wanted him for Chicago. I think he will be
Get your mic closer.
a solid starter in the NFL. So once that gap has been, bridged and he's ready to go, I think he actually can do decent for that.
That's it. That's Tyler.
Tyrod's
what's his
a-
name? Tyrod.
Tyrod is a.
He's a bridge.
He's just a bridge.
He's a bridge.
Probably.
Until
so,
Herbert comes in.
so you think this game can go either way?
I say the Chargers.
Me too. I'm picking the Chargers.
By.
I think by a touchdown at
6.
least.
By 6.
Yeah, I'm there too.
I would stay away from this game. We don't know. I mean, obviously, the last time we saw Joe Burrow on a football field, he was killing it. Who knows how he's going to
And-
do in Cincy? He only had a few weeks to learn the playbook.
Right.
We'll see. We don't know. I mean, hopefully AJ Green is healthy again because when he is healthy, he's definitely one of the funnest receivers to watch. We'll see. I say stay away from this game, but I mean, if you want to bet on every game, go for it.
Go for
All
it.
right, go
I ain't
for
gonna
it.
stop you.
I mean, we'll probably be betting on a lot of games.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what we do.
Yeah.
Even if we
I'm
say
going
stay away
after.
from
I'm
it,
going
then-
after the bookies' money, man. I'm
Oh,
taking your
man.
mama's change.
I still
Shit,
need a
man.
pick.
Taking your mama's
So
change.
he
I said
picked the
Chargers.
Chargers. I picked the Chargers. Give me a pick.
I said by 5.
Give me a pick. Just a prediction. It's okay if it's not right. Just give me a goddamn prediction.
just-
I'm
from-
perfect on this season. I got a reputation to hold.
No, but you,
Huh?
your job
I got
is
a reputation
your
to
job
hold.
is still to give us a
Fine.
pick.
you a wise
I
guy?
got the Bengals.
Really?
What do you mean, really?
Don't you want
By
to stay
what?
perfect?
What?
A field goal?
Sure. Bengals by a field goal.
Wait,
Oh, that
you're
sounds
gonna
very
lose,
convincing.
one of
Sure.
your-
Put your money on the
you're gonna lose one of
Bengals,
your picks.
for a field
What?
goal.
The Chargers
Give
have
us
more
a
consistency coming into this game than.
It's Tyrod Taylor. When was the
versus
last
Joe
time that
Burrow's
kid was?
first NFL game in a new system.
Cool Joe,
Cool.
dude.
He's cool.
Cool
He's
Joe.
pretty
And
cool.
he's handing it off to Cool Joe Mixon.
All right.
Dog.
Next
It's a
game.
Cool Joe
cool
back
Next
Joes.
there.
game. Whatever.
That's 2
Fine.
Papa Joes.
Cool.
Two.
He picked the Bengals. We picked the Chargers. Let's see what's up.
All right.
All right, next one. We got the Arizona Cardinals versus the San Francisco 49ers. All right, so here's my question. First things first. Can San Francisco get better from what they did last year?
Yes,
Can they?
they have Skittles.
All right, could you actually stop talking with the Skittles and stuff because people don't understand your words? Like, who the hell are you talking?
Skittles? You don't
George
know
Oh,
what
I thought you said
Skittles is?
Skittles.
I
I'm
did
He
like,
say
did say
Skittles. That's what you
Skittles,
call
yeah.
them.
okay, but yeah, call him by his goddamn name, T.
Skittles.
You're making this very hard.
That's what I call them. A lot of people call them that.
Frenchie,
Not
what-
everyone.
Frenchie, what's the line?
Give me one second.
Give me the line. I got it for you. It's -7, San Francisco.
Yep.
49ers.
Yep. So the money line is San Francisco -240.
Okay. Obviously, Arizona, I mean, they're getting a lot of hype, respectfully. I mean, no one knows where Kyler Murray is right now.
Okay.
He looks like a little jackrabbit running
Yep.
around
He is a
defending.
jackrabbit.
He's a jackrabbit
Definitely a
that could throw the ball. That's what he is. But know what? I mean, obviously, the Cardinals, a big signing was DeAndre Hopkins.
Very big.
People are... Very big.
Very big.
No, people are looking for the Cardinals to take the next step. I mean, we'll see. I mean, obviously, Kyler Murray's a terrific runner. As a passer, he was too inconsistent for me last year, but he's only a rookie.
Yes.
So if he could take that next big step, you could see a lot of big things from the Cardinals. But as of right now, they're working in a few new players into
They
offense.
still have Lawrence.
I mean, yeah,
They still have Lawrence.
I think
He's got good hands.
49ers, I mean, obviously 49ers is a safer call
Yes.
in this matchup. But I see it being a close game. I see it being closer than people think. I think the Niners probably will win.
Yeah.
In between 3 and 6, I got the Niners by 6 points.
I don't have the 49ers as a powerhouse in this league.
You don't?
Really, no. I think they're
Not
a
a
good
top,
team.
not a top 4 teams.
I think definitely top 5, probably right around the top 4 range.
Okay.
Well, we saw that last year. The whole
Yeah.
year we didn't want to believe in the 49ers.
Exactly.
Yep.
But where I have to give the 49ers a lot of credit is just the coaching, man. Kyle Shanahan,
He is a good coach.
he's obviously people aren't super high on Garoppolo. I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback, which he is not yet.
No,
But
not yet.
the way Kyle
Really?
Shanahan uses, I mean, so many different runs they had last year, they were just
Good
running it down
formations, yeah.
people's
Their
throat.
playbook is-
And then Garoppolo hits you with the play action. It was deadly.
All right. So who do you guys think is gonna make it out of that division? Is it them or is it the Seahawks?
I think the Seahawks.
Chicken?
I think the Seahawks probably only by a game or two. They're both super deep.
Yeah.
Remember, the Seahawks would have won the division and had
Russell
the 1
always
seed
goes to
by half a
playoffs.
yard last year.
Russell always goes to playoffs. He does. He's good at that.
It came down to the wire last year,
He'll
though.
scramble.
Oh,
up
yeah,
there,
it came down to the wire.
wire.
Half a yard the Seahawks needed, and they would have had the
It
1
came
seed.
down to the wire last year, so I don't know. I think San Francisco has some good weapons.
Of
I
course,
think no,
they-
not
yeah.
only that. I think they have a much better weapons than the Seahawks do. That's just me. I don't know. I do pick the the 49ers to put a whooping on this game versus the Cardinals. I think they're gonna win by 10 points.
Okay.
I think they're out to make a statement
You're
this
saying
year.
49ers by 10.
Yeah,
That's a bold prediction.
Yeah, I think
That
so.
is a hot take.
I think they're gonna win by 10 points.
No punches pulled.
No punches pulled.
No
By 10.
punches
Okay, I'm
No
gonna
punches
take,
thrown. No punches pulled.
That's a good fight right there.
Who you got, G?
I am going to go 49ers
Uh huh.
by 7.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had him by 6.
Yeah, I
Okay,
got them right
that's
around
fine.
there. I think it's a little
Touchdown.
risky, spotted them more than a touchdown, but
Okay. Your buddy, Drew Brees. The Saints are gonna to be taking on the Buccaneers at home. The line is
That's a
not
good
bad.
game.
The line is not bad for a tease. The Saints are favorite by 3.5.
you
The
don't even
mo-
need to tease this. Let's not talk about a teaser on this game.
We don't-
Really?
We're talking this straight up game right now. This is a field goal spread.
But do you
This is
take
nice.
it by itself? Because money line is -170. Do you parlay it with something else?
Wait, Saints minus 170?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. But would you take it alone? I think with a parlay would be much better.
Just to add
A
some more juice on
two-team
there?
parlay. Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
I think a
why
two-team
not-
parlay would be very
do we know what
nice.
the over
Well,
under
let's
is?
just talk about this game first, okay? Let's calm down
Okay.
here.
All right, guys, calm your horses. Too many
Over
egos
under.
in one table.
This is a lot
I'm
of
so
egos.
sorry. That is a lot of
Let go my
egos.
ego.
Egos.
Let
I'm
go my
trying
ego.
to whatever. I'm
What's
just
the
saying
over under?
the over under on that one. Oh,
Because
good
I'm
one.
saying if you could parlay the over under there.
Come on, guys. We're getting carried away.
Okay,
now.
the
We're
over
just
under
giving
is
straight
48.
picks.
Fine. Do we expect a big season from Drew Brees? He is in the end of his career. You had a nice workout with him this
Couple
this
of
se-
them, yeah.
a
Yeah,
couple
you
of them.
did.
How did Drew Brees look?
How was
I
he
thought he
throwing the
looked
ball?
really good.
You thought he looked very good?
Obviously, out there was not a live defensive end rushing. There's not, offensive lineman, defensive lineman to put real pressure on you. So it's a little bit easier to pick your spots as a quarterback. You know, when you have no one to look over,
Right.
things like that. But I thought his ball placement was really good. I thought his arm strength looked good from what I've heard from his trainers, from what I've read about him. He's worked a lot on his off-season conditioning, his arm strength, and his velocity that he's thrown. He wants to be throwing over 50 yards balls. He wants to Michael Thomas gets a bad report sometimes for running a
Right.
bunch of slants, hitches, things that get his catch ball or his catch numbers up. But I think they want to take more shots downfield. I think they will do that this year. So I think the Saints should have a pretty good season.
Here's my problem with the Saints. I'm not worried about their postseason game. I think they're gonna make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
The
yeah,
problem is
makes sense.
always
In the
getting
postseason.
through the playoffs.
Now, I did have a chance to talk to Drew about this. It was really cool that he took a couple minutes, to talk to me after the workouts, and we had talked about their seasons and whatnot, and I just kind of brought up to the point that we're talking about now, is that they've had a lot of disappointing losses the last, several years going back into the playoffs where they're just almost right there, right? But we talked about how that can be used as a motivator for a team. If you go through hard times over and over again, you got to push even further to make it past that hump. So hopefully this year is the year that they're reminded, hey, we keep getting this close. Let's not get punched out right there.
Right.
Yeah.
So there is a reason I feel like all of us are picking the Saints to win this game.
Yeah.
We feel like Brady didn't have enough time to work on the playbook with his,
Not just playbook. It's all about timing with
Yes.
receivers
Right.
too. This is his first season working with Godwin and all
Right.
these new toys. He's
Right.
got Gronk.
That's true.
Now he's got Fournette.
Right.
The coach is trying to figure out how are we going to use all these pieces. It's all about timing. I think you're going to see a little. I mean, obviously, I do think the Bucks are going to have a good season because
Right.
they have too much talent
Right.
not to. But let's just wait a few weeks and see.
Yeah.
Before
How
we
old
bet
is
on
Brady
them.
again?
44.
Sorry, 43?
43. Yeah.
43? So 43, I understand that he takes care of his body, whatever. But you're right. It is a whole new system, a whole new team, a whole new
How
coach.
is Tampa Bay's offensive line?
I mean, Tampa Bay's offensive line is decent.
Solid.
They're going to go ahead and protect him. I think
Yeah.
he's going to have time. It's all about timing and clicking with these receivers. That's it. He has so many new toys, He's got
Who do you think
Gronk,
is going to take
Howard.
the starting running back role? Do you think Fournette is going to be the guy after a couple of games? And I'm asking
I
for
think
that
he'll
because I
get
do
it.
have Fournette in my
Yeah.
in my fantasy
You want
team.
some
so
insight.
I do want
I
to.
think he's going to get some touches game one already.
You think so?
Yes, I think they want to see if he's ready to go, if he's going to start, actually
Do you think
being a
he
force
knows
for
the
them.
playbook by now?
I think usually what happens if you have a new player into a new system,
Mm-hmm.
what you tend to do is give him about 30 to 40% of the playbook. So you install that for him, that particularly
Baby
the coach
steps.
will sit them baby steps, and then when you're inserting him into the actual huddle to
Mm-hmm.
go out there, you know that you're only running those pre-designed plays.
I think they're going to use him more on third downs. That's just me. I think they're going to do what.
Fournette's a big back.
Yeah, I think that they're going to do what kind of like the Texans did with Johnson yesterday.
Yeah.
Just put him in
Ground
like
and
a
pound,
third
up and
down.
down.
I think
Yeah.
they're gonna take it easy for a couple of weeks with
Yeah.
him.
I
So he
would
gets
guess anywhere between 20 to 25 touches maybe.
okay.
A game?
For the first game. Maybe.
No, that's
Yeah.
way too much.
That's way
No,
too much,
I'm
I
thinking
agree.
like 10
Yeah.
to 12. The
I was
thing
gonna
is,
say 15 to 20, but I don't know.
They-
I think
20
they might
touches
wanna
gonna be
see
too
what
much.
they're going with.
I don't know.
Who else did they have?
they got obviously he's number 3 on the depth chart right now. They got Ronald Jones, who was a starter last year,
True.
who was still pretty solid, and they
Yeah.
have Shady McCoy.
Yeah, but here's the
Ooh,
thing.
I
I don't
forgot
think
about
anyone
Shady.
got the starting role. I don't think that we should put 1, 2,
I forgot
3.
they had Shady.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it depends. However, these guys do in the first couple of weeks. I don't think anyone got 1, 2nd, or 3rd.
I honestly see Fournette more as I think he's going to
Change
get
of pace.
around like 8 to 12 carries a game, but I
Okay.
see him as their red zone back.
If you
He's a
have
power guy. I see Shady working there on third down because obviously
Yeah.
catch the ball elusive in the field. I think Ronald's going to get the
Fournette is
early
a
down work.
red zone back.
Yeah, exactly.
it's goal
Fournette's
line.
going to go ahead
Yeah.
when you're inside the 5-yard line, line up your big boys,
Ground
get
and pound.
Gronk in there blocking, and run it down their throat.
do you think it's gonna be a high scoring game? The line is at 48 right now.
That's pretty high.
That is very high.
I honestly don't see this being a super high scoring game. I do see
No,
the
I don't
Saints
either.
winning. I think it's one of the better games to
Mm-hmm.
bet on just because I think you're going to see a little rustiness
Yeah,
from Tampa
exactly. Both teams, I think, actually.
Bay. Saints have had the same team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically the same team. They're only working in Emmanuel Sanders. But Michael Thomas, Drew Brees, they've been working out in the offseason. The continuity there is just, I mean, for the last 3-4 years, I think.
I still think some rust out of both teams, actually. Not as much on New Orleans' side, but I think it will be. I think the game's going to start off kind of slow for both sides.
Right.
So,
Okay.
Great game,
Close
though.
one.
for
Before
week one,
we
huh?
go with our
Great
predictions
game,
and
yeah.
how much we think we're going to win by, one more question. Everybody doesn't know what to do with Gronk. Do we think Gronk is going to be, because we did see that he lost a lot of weight from his Patriot days.
he gained some of it back.
Patriots. He did not
time, yeah.
enough, but yeah. But do we think? Well, I mean, Brady and Gronk always meshes well with each other.
Yes.
I think every time Brady's on the field and Brady and Gronk on the field, you're gonna see some firework over there.
Mhm.
Do we expect a big season from Gronk?
Big is relative term here, I think, because if you were thinking, the height of his career with the Patriots, if you're stacking it against that, no, I don't think we're going to get back to that level.
In another way, do we think that this last 2 years that he kind of got out of the NFL, do we think that could be an advantage for him?
Maybe for the health, if he can stay
Yeah.
healthy,
Yeah.
I think that anytime that you're taking away all the hits that you usually go through in football, it's going to help your body in the long run. You've seen it from other players who retired for a year and then come back. Usually they can stay healthy. It's a nice refresher for your body. You don't put the mileage on there, but it also does take away some of the timing. If you lose the timing from the NFL quarterbacks, you lose the competition.
Right.
You don't know how much Gronk was training in
Right.
the offseason against
Right.
talented players. He's probably staying in shape,
Right.
but we don't know, is he going against one-on-ones, things like that. So it might take him a little bit of time to get the rust off too and get back in Gronk mode.
All right, give me a pick. Who you got? And by how much?
I'm taking the Saints by, let's say, 4.
I got the Saints by 6.
I got the Saints by 3.
I think like 27
I think by
20,
field goal.
26 20,
I think
right
I
around
think
there.
I think the Saints
26-20?
by field goal.
27 20.
I think
right
it's gonna
around
come
there,
down to the wire. I think it's
Say-
gonna come down to the last play of the game. I think I'm gonna see like a 30-yard or 40.
Well, that's what
yard.
we all want to see.
Yeah,
We wanna
I
see,
think it's gonna come down
Tom
to the
working that
wire.
2-minute drill.
I'm going to
Yep.
say
Because Tom wasn't great with his clockwork last year. He had some fuck ups last year. So I don't know. I'm just saying. We'll see how this new system works out for Tom.
I
But
want to put a number on it. I want to say.
Oh, you wanna put a number on it?
Yeah.
ooh,
Let's go 27-20 Saints.
That's what I said, fool.
Really?
27-20
Okay.
Saints.
I'll go
Oh, so you got him by a touchdown.
Yeah. What did
Right
I say?
around there,
5?
yeah.
I got him by a field goal.
6,
He said
7
4
points.
points. Now it changed to a touchdown.
Well,
Cool.
let me change my thing. Okay, I'm gonna say 26-20.
3?
26-21.
Okay.
It's an odd score, but it could happen.
All right. Cool. All right. We got the next one. We got. Let's see who we got next.
Dallas, LA.
Dallas versus the Rams. Ooh, that's
Sunday
a
night
that's
football.
a
That's
that's
out
a
here.
tricky
Sunday night
matchup.
It's
football.
coming out here.
That is a tricky
Oh, it is Sunday
matchup.
night.
So we got the Cowboys favorite by 3, even though
Mhm.
they are playing away.
Okay.
The money line is at minus 145.
Do the Rams still have goofball?
They still got goofball.
They're gonna have goofball
Sitting
for a
in
while
yeah,
because of
they
that
have goofball.
contract
yeah,
he
because that
signed.
big contract, yeah.
All right.
I was just kidding. I know they got goofball.
Do we think goofball? Okay, we think Goff could actually turn it around.
I wouldn't say turn it around.
No,
It's not
he
like-
needs to turn it around. I mean, what do you mean? He hasn't had a solid
No.
year since he signed that contract.
But did he
Well,
have
it's
a
just-
bad year?
He did last year.
Bad?
Yeah.
I mean, the thing with Jared Goff is obviously they made that Super Bowl run, but I think he's exactly what a system quarterback is. I mean, they had a lot of weapons around him that year. He had Gurley in his prime, he had Woods, he had Cup, and he
Yeah,
also had the
that's true.
freaking head coach of Sean McVay, who's an offensive genius.
Yeah, he's a pretty
I
good
think
coach.
he's a very system quarterback. I mean, with pressure in his face, Jared Goff folds. He folds. Once
Right.
that pocket collapses, he folds. He's not a guy who's going to scramble and make plays on his feet. He's not going to wow you like Watson or Mahomes. If
Throws a
you
good
give him
ball.
time,
He throws a good ball.
yeah, he throws a good ball. If you give him time, he'll hit the open receiver. Very
Right.
similar to Derek Carr,
Who's
I
their
feel
running
like.
back now?
Well, you got a mixed running back. It's Darrell Henderson Jr., Malcolm Brown, and Cam Akers. So it's a three-headed
Three-headed monster.
monster, but not a lot. Well, we'll see. I mean, I don't know who's the starter quite yet. I know you're hoping for Cam Akers because he's got the.
I'm gonna go.
I got him in
Rams.
fantasy as
10
well.
and
That's
6
right.
For the Rams.
10-6.
That's their 10-6 is the record.
Oh, 10-6 for the
10
record.
6, yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, I definitely don't see that at all.
Yeah, I don't
mean,
see that.
I
You
see.
think less?
Yeah.
Less?
If anything, I think.
What do you mean? Look at the division in there. They
I
got
think,
the
I
49ers.
think 7-9 for me.
If that. I
If
mean,
that.
look, I don't know. The
9-7?
thing
I
is
think
that
7-9.
7 and 9.
Yeah.
Hmm.
7-9.
I'll pull it back 9 and 7.
Okay.
the thing is, look at that division.
I don't see
though.
them doing much better than 9 and 7, but to me, I think 7-9
Yeah,
is
they
what they're
faded
gonna
down
be.
the stretch last year. I
Yeah.
mean, look at them.
We'll
You got
agree from
49ers,
7 and 9 to
Seahawks.
9.
I think they're an average team. They're gonna beat all the nobodies. They're gonna beat those
Still got
easy
Aaron
games.
Donald.
I don't. Yeah, but is that
Pretty
enough?
good.
Mhm.
Is that
Pretty
enough?
good.
That's not enough.
It's pretty good.
That is not enough. Not with the weapons they have this year. Because would you at least agree that they had a better team last year than they did than they do this year?
I think
Not
it's very
much
close.
different.
I
Not
think
much
they have a very similar team.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they had Gurley last
Well,
year.
they had,
and you're
yeah,
right.
Gurley is gone. So does that
We don't know
affect
how
the team?
we don't know how big of a difference that's going to make.
Right.
Do they still have Woods?
Yeah, they still
Yeah,
got Woods.
they
They
still
still got Cup.
Yeah.
They got a
Yeah,
rising
they
tight
got
end
Cup,
in
they got
Higbee.
Woods.
True.
So I mean, we'll see. I think that division doesn't.
Give
do
me a
that many
pick. Give me a
favors.
score. Rams, Cowboys. Well, hold on. Let's actually talk about the Cowboys,
Cowboys
too.
by 6.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
ooh. You got the Cowboys by 6.
I got Cowboys by 4, 27-23. That's my prediction.
Okay, I think Cowboys by 10.
What did I say by? what
I
did
think
say
Cowboys by
s-
10.
I said Cowboys by what, 6?
You said by 6.
Okay.
I got the Cowboys by 10. I think they're gonna win by a touchdown and a half.
I'll go by
10 or
7
11.
and I'll change it to 21-14.
Okay.
All right.
Dallas.
Do we believe on that Zeke will have a good season this year? He wasn't in Mexico in the beginning of the year. He wasn't in
That's a
Cabo.
plus for him. Yeah.
So that's a big
He
plus.
wasn't there?
Well, I remember last year
Yeah,
Zeke was
Holding
doing
out,
hi-
sipping
right,
margaritas.
having some cisitas by the beach. So
Margarita.
I don't know about
Cisitas
that,
and
but
margaritas.
that at least that's not the case here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he had a good summer,
Mhm.
getting back his body back to shape. We have the problem with the QB, of course, with Dak Prescott.
Mhm.
I think,
Problem?
I don't. Okay, Dan thinks he's gonna come out for an MVP kind of season. I don't know about that. I don't know if he's
Whoa.
gonna have an yeah, Dak Prescott and MVP in the same
Who
line.
said that?
He said that.
This guy with the blue guy?
Yep.
Blue eyes?
Yep. The guy who loves Tony Romo.
And hates Dak Prescott.
Tony.
Yep.
Fact checker. He said it last podcast with just the two of them.
Tony.
Yeah. He said
He
that
said
Dak
Dak
Prescott's
Prescott's
gonna
gonna
have an
MVP
for
MVP. Yeah.
Romo.
He put Dak and MVP
How hot
in the
is that
same
seat?
line.
That is a hot seat.
Yeah.
Pretty
Hot
cool.
That's a
take.
hot take.
Hot take.
Cool.
That is a hot take.
Coming from you.
Don't make me take these shades off.
You business time. Wait a second. You don't even like that.
I know that's what he said last year.
Well, that's, I'm confused. Can you explain some more?
Okay.
Okay,
because
I
offensive
could
line?
hate the guy, but I could respect the guy. Is that
Now
not?
you respect him.
Just look at the weapons he has. He had a pretty good year last year.
CD.
He had a pretty good year last year.
Okay.
Look at the weapons: Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb,
yeah.
and he's handing it off to Ezekiel Elliott. It's going to be tough
Behind
to
a
stop
good
that
offensive
offense
line.
behind a good offensive line.
Yes.
He's going to put up the numbers to be in the MVP conversation. You could. I told you. I think 35 touchdowns and 4,000 yards.
All right. So the
is not a
question.
stretch
So the
for him.
question comes down to, because this is what I've been seeing from
How
the
about
Cowboys.
them Cowboys?
How about them
them
Cowboys?
Cowboys?
We keep seeing an 8-8 kind of season, a 9-7 kind of season.
Yes.
Do we predict the same thing for them again? Are they gonna go down again, fighting down to the wire with the Eagles
11
about
and
that
5.
first seed?
11-5 or 10-6.
Yeah, I think they're going to be right in the conversation. Obviously, that division is a two-headed monster.
Right.
I mean, forget about Washington and but you got the Eagles, you got the Cowboys. I think it's going to come down to the wire, but I really do think the Cowboys just have more weapons offensively. I think they just, CeeDee Lamb is a beast. Gallup, Cooper, you got, as I said, Zeke. I mean, Eagles got their own problems with receivers.
Right.
The rookie receivers already hurt.
And again, we don't know if the QB can stay healthy.
And
we don't
yeah,
know
and
if
you
Wentz
don't
can
know, of
stay
course, who
healthy.
could stay
That's
healthy.
the problem. Again, if he can stay healthy, I'm pretty sure the Eagles can have a solid season.
Of course.
Problem is, can he stay healthy?
Mhm.
Because we only saw him 1 year, that
We have an
MVP
interesting
season.
number 2 at that position, though.
Do you?
Josh McDaniels,
Is-
Super Josh.
Of
He's-
the Eagles?
Well, yeah, didn't he just get signed again? Yeah.
Practice squad, but
Oh,
he's
practice
number
squad.
3.
Oh,
Yeah, he
who's
is number 3.
because their draft pick.
Oh, Jalen Hurts.
Ooh.
So
Yeah,
that's
that's
a really
right.
Interesting number 2.
So
So if he
That's
does get hurt,
right.
you never know. I feel like Jalen Hurts, we know this, he's a gamer.
So
He's a gamer.
He's a gamer.
we think Cowboys are gonna have an 11-5 kind of season.
I see.
I
I
could
put
say-
them right
I could
around there.
see, yeah, I
10
could
to
see.
11 wins
That's what I
is
said.
somewhere.
10-6, 11-5.
Okay.
I could see
I
that.
still don't agree with the whole MVP thing, but
I said conversation.
yeah, I
No,
don't know.
I can
When you
say
say
that-
conversation,
when you say-
that means you're talking top 3 guys in the league.
When he's saying he
This
put up
year.
Voting in
numbers-
MVP
In voting,
voting.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
he'll be in the conversation for
Uh-huh.
If he
MVP.
puts up MVP numbers like he's saying, I could see with the system that they have and the quarterback or
And the
the
talent.
weapons and the offensive line that they have, he could put up good numbers like you're saying, which would get him into the MVP consideration.
Okay.
It could happen.
That's going to be interesting to watch. All right. So who we got again and by how much? Rams versus Cowboys. Give me a pick. Give me a.
said Dallas 21-14, didn't I?
Okay.
Something like
I got
that.
Cowboys by 4.
I got Cowboys by a touchdown. By 10 points. By 10 points. I think they're going to win by a touchdown and a half. All right. To the next one. Your favorite team or one of your favorite teams besides the Bears is the Steelers.
The Bears.
You like the talking to the Steelers. All right. So
Don't know what that was, but all right.
you like talking about the Steelers. Okay. So Steelers, they have, who did they got?
They got the New
Okay, so
York
they got
Football
Giants.
The
All right,
New York
so they're
Football
playing
Giants.
away.
Football Giants?
The Steelers are favorite by 6. The money line is at minus 245.
That's a Monday night football game. That's the first Monday night
Yep.
football game.
Okay, so first things first. Giants. They've been really crappy team for the last I don't know how many years. They got a. Can we say that they have a solid QB after the departure of Manning?
The book's not out on Danny Loose Change yet. We don't know.
Loose change.
Danny Dimes? I don't think he earned that nickname yet. I
not
mean,
yet.
he had like 2 good games, and all of a sudden he's Danny Dimes.
Yeah, no, I agree.
make a
I don't
couple
think he's
tosses and then
proven
you get
yet.
the nickname.
I
You
think he's
can't be
got some
called
time.
Danny
But
Dimes, you
this
know,
is the
without-
year where he needs to
Is he
prove
just
himself.
stealing a little thunder from Danny Blue Eyes because it's
Yeah,
adjective.
I
noun,
earned
noun.
my name.
He did.
I got blue
He
eyes.
earned it by being
And
born
my
with
name's
blue eyes.
Danny. I earned this name.
Okay.
It
Wait,
didn't
show
ta-
the camera that
It
you
didn't
have
take
blue
much.
eyes.
It didn't take much for him to earn the nickname. Like he said, he's Danny and
okay,
he's got
okay.
blue eyes. So good for Danny Blue Eyes. But anyways,
Danny has thrown a couple
earned
dimes. He has thrown a couple dimes.
timeout. But stay in the
ahead.
same boat. Well
Go
up.
ahead. Same boat.
Do
jump
we
up.
think that he's gonna have a solid season? Not enough weapons,
Ooh.
as much compared to who you can. I mean, they don't have enough weapons in that offensive line. I don't
I
know.
think the Giants are a wild card. Obviously, their offensive line isn't terrific, but they got Saquon Barkley.
Okay.
Obviously. So look at his quads.
Yeah.
Pretty big.
Pretty big.
Very big.
I mean, tight end and Evan Ingram, when healthy, he's a top 5 tight end in the
And
league.
that's the problem.
When
When
healthy with
healthy.
him, yep.
When
I
was
mean,
the
but
last
they got
time?
some pieces.
When was the last time they had a full healthy season?
Oh yeah,
It's been a minute.
we'll see. We'll see how the Giants do this year. I know people are looking for Danny Loose Change to take the next step. We'll see if he does. He's got the pieces. He's got Sterling Shepard. He's got Golden Tate. Darius Slayton came on near the end of the year last year.
did. You got
and,
Slayton.
and I heard Evan Ingram looks like a beast in training camp.
He did.
He looks healthy.
I did
They're
read
saying
that,
he
yeah.
looks like their most dangerous weapon. We'll see.
So where do we have the Giants finishing?
Ingram's tight end, right?
Oh yeah.
Do we
Ingram is a tight end.
expect them to be around the 8-8 kind of team, or do we
I think-
expect them to be more into the 5-11 kind of team?
I think somewhere in between there. I think 8-8 would be a great season for them.
Okay,
I see
Great.
them around like 6-10 or 7.
that's true. I mean, 8-8 would be a good season for them.
I
For
would
the
say
Giants.
6 and 10.
They're not. They don't have much expectations this year.
How about
No.
7 games?
Well, 7 and what? I mean,
Oh.
you mean 7 and 9?
7 and 9, yeah.
That's fine. But what's the line on this? Let's just stick with
Okay, so the
Keep going.
line is gonna be 6 Steelers by 6.
Mm.
Money line is minus 245.
All right. I mean, obviously, I'm high on the Steelers,
Steelers.
this year, and I think they're going to be a sleeper team.
Mhm.
I would just stay away from this game, though. Obviously, the Steelers are going to cause havoc on defense, no
Mhm.
doubt about it.
I'm saying don't stay away.
All right.
Run to it.
All right, run to
Well,
it.
as what? As the money line playing? As a play? As the this teaser play?
No,
what are
I'm
you
s-
talking about?
I would,
Talking about
I would
T.
throw him in a teaser, and I would take him straight up because I think the
You
Steelers.
take him straight up for the line for the minus 6?
I think Big Ben is going to have a pretty good season. I think that.
Can he stay healthy?
I don't know. I
The
think,
thing
I
is,
think he
Big
can.
Ben has not played in 2 years. This is his first game in
Yeah.
legit 2 years.
But the reports are that he's worked out more than he has ever
Okay.
have
Okay.
in the NFL season.
No, I expect a
We do
not-
feel. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I expect a bounce back year from Big
Okay.
Ben. I'm just saying this is week 1. There's going to be a lot of rust on him. You just don't know. I mean, I think if you're straight gambling on week 1, I'm not looking at the season. I'm just looking at week
Week
1.
one, okay.
I think there's just a little bit of risk involved laying those points with the Steelers.
Give me
You
the
don't know
line
how he's
again.
going to come out.
6.
Steelers
Okay.
minus 6.
I think this would be safe for a teaser because if you get them plus 4 points with the teaser,
No,
think-
it'd be even.
it'd be even.
Yeah.
So okay, so that would be even line, and Steelers I think are pretty safe. It's in Pittsburgh as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's in
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
No. It's the Giants. I think
Is it New York?
they're away. I
Is it?
believe they're
Okay.
away.
Is it shot?
Come on, Frenchie. What you doing, dog?
Yeah, that's your fault.
How's that my fault?
Because it's your Steelers.
Oh, who
There's
rolled
your
this down? All right, let's different. No, I'm pretty sure it's freaking in.
It is at Giants.
It's in New York.
I was right.
Okay, all right, you're right.
Don't question the host.
I'm not questioning
Don't
the
question
host.
the host. It is at Giants.
still like
So
Pittsburgh.
Steelers are playing away, and they're still -6. So everyone is high on the Steelers because of the return of Big Ben. Let's see if he can stay healthy. That's my biggest issue with the Steelers.
Did
Because
they
if
add
he
any-
doesn't stay healthy, I don't feel like the Steelers have a good back-end quarterback.
No.
Of
They
course
don't
not.
have a good number 2.
Mason
We saw
Rudolph?
that last. Stop! Don't even mention his name. They don't have a good number 3. They have problems with, backups. They have a big problem with backup
Do they have a
quarterbacks.
quarterback whose nickname
And-
is
and-
like Duckman?
And
Yeah, Duck
'Cause he
Hodges.
throws-
but it is a
throws some
problem
He's gone.
with Big Ben being that high, and how old is he now?
Ben?
Yeah.
33.
Well, Big Bad now. He's like 37.
Yeah,
now,
37,
36.
38.
Yeah, he's getting
Exactly.
up there.
What
Oh,
are
yeah.
you
I always
doing?
think of 33.
What are
Ben.
you doing not looking for a new quarterback? Because again, health is a big issue for Big Ben.
Yes.
You need it.
I
You
think,
need
did
a
they
number
add any
two.
Receiver pieces in the offseason.
They
Because
did.
we don't know
They
for
they
sure
added a
yet.
tight end in Eric Ebron,
Yeah.
who I think he's still
Solid.
pretty solid.
Solid,
Yeah.
They
think
hope
he is pretty
Deontay
solid.
Johnson takes a big step this year at receiver,
Okay.
and then obviously you still got Juju.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I mean,
Is Juju one?
we don't know yet. We don't know. We'll see. I mean, obviously, once Antonio Brown left, Juju struggled,
Yes.
but that could have been due to poor quarterback play
Yep.
too.
It was
So we don't know.
100%. Without having Big Ben, that definitely did not help his numbers and added pressure without Antonio Brown. So I think that he will have
Of
a better
course.
year than he did last year. But if he can step into that number 1 role and actually solidly fill it,
That'll be
he'll
interesting
doing a
to
lot better.
watch. All right, to the last game of the week because it is an opener. So there's 2 games on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
The last game of the week is going to be the Titans versus the Broncos. Another Monday Night Football. Wow, this is going to be a tricky one.
A very tricky.
Very tricky one because again, Broncos have their problems. We don't know which Titans is going to show up. Do we expect big things from the Titans this year?
Whew, I mean,
The line is that Titans favor it by 2.5, and they
mean-
are playing away. Sorry.
I mean, the thing with the Titans is they play very safe football. You know, they're gonna pound the rock with Derrick Henry 30 times.
Yep.
They're going to play some solid defense, and they're going to hit you with a play action. They got AJ Brown on the outside, pretty good weapons. What's the point?
I gave him AJ Brown
That's right.
for marbles.
We'll see what kind of season he has. We don't know if
think
it's a
it's a
good or
pretty good
bad
one.
trade yet, so
That's
we'll
a
see.
good draft.
But
You got to trade with the champion.
oh god,
That's gotta be
let's
some-
not
that's
even
gotta
talk
be-
about your champion year because you barely squealed in
Oh,
that
was a great
playoffs last year.
championship. That was one to remember for
Oh.
decades.
Whatever. Anyways, Broncos having problems with a lot of people.
Yeah, they lost
being,
Von Miller.
They lost Von
unfortunately.
Miller.
That's a huge loss.
So
huge loss
yeah,
for them.
he's done. I think
I
for
know.
the year.
Yep. I think that
He's
they
done for
expected
the year.
really big.
Can you
things
put the
from him.
camera on TV time?
What?
Yeah, Von Miller is gone. He got bad injury on the last play of the
Oh.
fucking workout. The
What?
last play of the workout, he got injured.
Hamstring?
Mhm. And he
I
needs
forget
surgery.
what it was. Achilles
needs
or
surgery.
something.
Yeah, Achilles or
foot
something.
Something in the leg. Yeah.
And
Prayers
surgery,
up, Von
too.
Miller, prayers up.
So I think, yeah, he's
That's
done for the
sad.
year. He might be done for
it's
the
fun guy
year.
to
So that's gonna
watch.
be very interesting. And he is a big part of that
Yeah,
defense.
he's huge. He is
Huge
their
part.
defense.
Big
Yeah,
parts
big
of that
defense.
defense. And the problem is I got the Broncos as my defense, so I need to
Ooh.
probably
Yeah,
drop him.
Definitely hurts.
I think
Definitely
I need to
hurts.
drop him. Yeah,
You can
yeah.
sell him for change. No, you can't.
We'll see. We'll see. But anyways, going back to the Broncos. Now no Von Miller.
The thing is, yeah, people probably gonna want to hammer this Titans line because it's only 2.5. They're coming off the year that they did have, but always going to Denver's tricky, man. They got some funny air up there.
They do.
The Mile High City. I mean,
Denver
Very-
hasn't
Away teams
started the
always-
season well in a minute.
But they finished strong
They
last
do
year.
finish strong,
Last year
but
they
they
did.
don't start well.
but last year they had those QB issues. They brought in Drew Lock, and he showed that he could toss the pigskin around. They drafted Jerry Jeudy, who I think is he's going to be one of the best route runners in the
Wait,
league.
Flacco's
He's
still a
smooth.
quarterback?
No, Drew Lock started near the end of last year, and they actually finished like 4-1 with Drew Lock, the
Did
kid
they-
from Missouri.
Did they trade Flacco somewhere?
I don't even know where Flacco is. Who
I was
knows?
reading about him
Yeah,
recently.
could
I
be.
was
No one
surprised
cares.
at where he's at.
Money line is at -140 for the Titans. I like that. I like that money line.
I know it looks to me that looks a little bit like a trap game. Obviously, Titans are the better team.
Right.
Broncos just lost Von Miller, but
It's just how they're
going
gonna start the season.
Just going into Denver's always tough, man.
Yeah, but no fans.
I know, but teams have trouble adjusting to the altitude. I don't know. I think the Titans are going to win a close game here. Would I throw a lot of money on it?
No.
I think the Titans win in the fourth quarter. Just like Chump said, it's going to be pretty close. Denver's going to have the lead for a majority of the game, but the Titans might steal it last final couple drives.
All right.
And it will be...
I don't have much to add on that. I think they're going to win by 3 points. I think the Titans got it by 3 points, 4 points.
21-18.
Yeah,
Titans.
that's what I'm at too. It's going to be around that 21-18. Yep.
We
All
got through
right.
them all.
Are we going playoffs? Do
We
have
talked
time?
about all the goddamn games.
We did.
That's
we
how
talked
we
about
like
all
it.
the games.
All right. We're going to jump into the NBA.
Mhm.
Not too much to say there because very few games left.
Mm-hmm.
Heat are still resting
Yeah,
because
they're
the
resting.
Raptors and Boston are still
Rest
going
up,
for
rest
Game
it up.
7
Oh.
to die.
Yeah,
They're going for
today,
Game
that's a juicy
7.
one. Hammer the Celtics, baby.
I want to talk about the Heat first. Is this a good break for them?
Of course, yeah.
Right? They get to
Of
rest their
course, yes,
players.
of course,
I'm not going to
yes.
get, we don't have to worry about them being rusty because they get, it's not too bad. It's what, a week off? About a week off?
Yeah,
about
they're
that.
going to have about
So,
a week off, yeah.
they closed that series 4-1. They were the more dominant team.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly for the Bucks, they couldn't do much without Giannis in that in that last game.
Yeah, we're not the same.
So it showed a lot of holes in the Bucks game. It did. So talking about the Bucks, do we feel like Giannis needs to start thinking about his next move?
About moving on from Milwaukee?
Yeah, because I heard rumors that the Bucks are strongly. Let me tell you about the rumors that there is. The Bucks are strongly considering CP3. CP3 will not be with OKC next year. That's a fact. The Bucks are strongly considering him, and you got now the Heat, the Clippers, that are in the Golden State that are strongly
Oh, yeah, a lot of
favorite.
teams are getting better.
No. These three teams are the strong favorites to sign Giannis in his free agency.
Yeah, but did you also hear what Giannis said? He
What?
said, you're going to come across many walls in life.
Mhm.
And it's when they ask if he's going to stay with the Bucks.
He's never going to give you a straight answer about
What'd he
that.
say?
He said you're going to face many walls in life,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Basically, when you get to that wall, you either turn around and go the easy way, or you're going to go through it. And he said he's going to go through
Well,
it.
I think if
when
he
they
goes
ask.
to Golden
That was
State,
a little
that's
shot
going.
at KD. I feel like that was a little shot at
that
KD.
was a
Ooh,
shot
that's
at
a good
KD.
one.
It
Yeah.
was. He said you're going to face some walls, just like the Thunder faced some walls.
Yep.
And what did KD
turn
do?
around?
He said,
Okay.
"Whoa, let me go
That's
find a
actually
different
shots
way."
fired.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
And when
Damn.
Giannis
Yeah,
said
Giannis
he's going to run through that wall with
put his head
Milwaukee,
down.
and I believe
I
him,
do
dude.
see him
Sit
running
down.
through that wall.
Run through
I
that wall.
still don't like.
I don't think he's leaving Milwaukee.
I think he is. I think he is. I think Miami is a much better fit for him.
Yeah, I could see him in Miami for sure. I mean, that
You
would
got to
be a good
remember
team.
that Paul George and Kawhi will be out of contract by next year. So they get to
Ooh.
choose to maybe partner up Kawhi and Giannis and
That's
decide
a lot
to.
of moving pieces in the NBA.
That is. You don't need to re-sign Paul George if he wins a championship with
Does
you.
Brooklyn do anything when?
With KD and
KD
Kyrie,
comes back?
again,
That's a wild card.
It is my problem
He'll be
with
back by
that
next
team.
year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Here's my problem with that team. Chemistry. Because we know
KD could have
about...
some chemistry with him already.
Yeah, that's fine, but they're both divas. They're both big divas.
divas the better.
Kyrie likes to,
content.
be Kyrie, and KD likes to be KD. Great players, don't get me wrong. I
Mhm.
think Kyrie is a great
I'm
point
coming
guard.
around to the KD fan train. I know you don't like him.
I don't like
correct?
Kyrie. Just
No,
because
not
of
Kyrie,
how he...
not Kyrie, KD.
Oh, KD,
You
yeah.
don't like KD.
Well, he could
correct?
pull up from about anywhere, and he's 7 feet tall.
I am starting to like his personality off the court a little
How?
bit more.
The
Because that's
personality is
where
my
he comes from.
That's what I have a problem with.
Yeah. I like that he kind of takes shots back at fans and stuff.
So you
I think
like
that's
the
kinda funny.
sassiness?
Yeah, I think he's a little sassy.
Oh, he's very
Yeah,
sassy.
yeah, yeah.
He's very sassy.
The burner accounts, like those things.
That's
like,
a little
that's
shady. That's
yeah.
very shady. But here is what I don't like about KD. He can't even have a joke. I liked when
Oh, yeah.
Peyton Manning was doing the ESPYs, and he
Yeah,
threw
yeah,
that
yeah.
joke
Oh, yeah.
towards KD, and you could
Uh-huh.
see the sassiness in KD's face.
It's
I
just-
don't like that. It's okay. Have a laugh.
Yeah, yeah.
You did go to a
'Cause I
much
think he's
stronger
salty.
fucking team.
He's salty.
He is very
He
salty.
knows he
So
made the
you
wrong
wanna
move.
go to a Golden
knows.
State
He knows.
that kicked your ass
He
the year
knows.
before?
He knows.
You're gonna go join forces with Curry
That's
and
why he backed
Green
out. He
and
knows.
Clay
He
and
knows.
that fucking
He
team,
knows.
and you want us to say, "Yeah, good job. That was a
Yeah,
great
exactly.
fucking
No,
move." What the
but
fuck
he
do you
knows,
want?
But now he's got the rings to account for. It doesn't matter to him.
He doesn't have that many rings. He has two,
He has two.
which is one
Yeah.
less than LeBron, but
Two.
he has 2.
Mm-hmm.
He has
You're
2.
talking to LeBron's #1 fan club over here.
Who?
This guy.
He is not
you
a
watch your
number.
mouth.
He
You
loves-
watch
You're
your
a
mouth.
LeBron
He
fan now?
loves LeBron.
I'm a
Did we
LeBron
not
fan.
talk about this?
What? He's not my #1. Come
Okay,
on,
thank
man.
you. That was scary. If he
Jeez.
says he's number
But he
1.
just
Can't
said
throw-
he's a fan. I mean, this is a guy who holds grudges for decades.
I didn't know you were a
Decades.
LeBron fan.
Yeah, this is
I mean-
news. I want the world to know because I'm
What
still
the
not
fuck is
happy
that about? When
that.
did that come
Obviously,
about?
I had a lot of hate toward him because what he did to the Bulls.
Yes.
No doubt
Thank
about
you.
it.
That's
Thank you.
fine.
And he
And
went to the
DeSantis.
Heat.
And
Okay.
DeSantis. Don't give me a butt.
Nothing. I think he made up for it. He came back to Cleveland. He got them a ship.
Let me ask
He
him this.
went
Let
against-
me ask him
Okay.
this. Let me
Go
ask
ahead.
him this. So when you say, okay, you're a fan of him now, where do we put him in that Mount Rushmore kind of mountain? Where do you put him? Do you put
put
him
him-
ahead of Kareem, ahead
Yeah,
of
he's
Magic?
he's right behind Jordan. He's right.
So you're
behind
saying Jordan #1, LeBron #2?
Clear cut.
You put him above Kobe?
Yes.
Oh,
We're
wow.
talking
What do you
rings
mean?
and
Look
championships.
at-
Oh,
though.
wow. What?
Well,
Okay,
the
so
fuck's not
exactly.
out. I mean, he still has 4 or 5 years left in his career.
But we're not saying that.
Look-
If you're etching Mount Rushmore, it's right now. What have they accomplished? You have to.
I got
put
problems with what you're
MJ
saying right now.
and-
And here
yes,
is
me
why.
too.
If we,
Hot
hold on.
seat, hot take.
Okay,
Another
it is a
one.
hot take, and I'll tell you
Very
why.
hot.
If we follow what you said before, you hate. Let's just take the KD example. You hated KD for joining forces
you.
with Clay and Curry and Green and all that stuff. LeBron did the same thing.
Yes, he did.
With the
I
Heat.
know that.
With
And I
going back to
acknowledge-
Cleveland.
And I acknowledge that. He went back to Cleveland to win his hometown ship.
I
That's
like-
what he
I
went back
respect
to.
that.
I'm gonna say
That's
this.
what I was saying.
Oh, so this is
He
what you
earned my
respect.
respect.
He earned some respect.
He
back,
earned some
but
respect.
I think that levels him out, and then I still don't forget about the Bulls.
Guys, the shot of shots that won him that chip was made by Kyrie.
I understand that, but still, he did not have a lot
Yeah,
of
he
help
put
on
them
that
on the
Cleveland
back. He
team.
put them on.
He
the
did
had
not.
Kyrie and Kevin Love.
Kevin Love.
Are
Come
you
on,
kidding
man.
me? He's a solid Chris Bosh.
He's solid.
This is Chris
He's
Bosh.
solid. I wouldn't put him at Chris Bosh level, but he's solid.
Oh my God, really?
Come on, dude.
I don't know. I think they're very similar players.
I'm just saying LeBron gained my respect. That's
They both
all.
don't play
I would
defense.
say he
both can
earned
shoot
the
threes.
respect back to 0 for me. So it was wherever it was to start, and then drop down when he went to Miami.
you realize-
Here is
back
what
to
I'm at.
0.
Here is what
Now
I'm
he
at
goes
with
over to
LeBron.
LA
I give
to-
him top 5 players of all
to
time. I'll give him
Fun
that. I'll give him that.
Dude,
La La Land.
But hold on. Let me tell you where I'm at with LeBron. LeBron would have earned a lot of my respect if he would have gotten that Lakers team without Anthony Davis to an 8 seed in the
that
playoffs.
doesn't even matter.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
does.
What does that has nothing to do with anything
Why?
right now?
Why? That shows the just
And
what
he also got hurt near the end of last year too.
I get that.
Don't you remember he was out for 2 months?
I know that. I know
Okay.
that. But I still didn't get him
So-
to the playoffs. I'm just
How are
saying.
you gonna get a mediocre team to the playoffs when you sit out for 2 months?
It wasn't really that mediocre.
It was very mediocre.
That depends. That's
Kuzma was the number 2.
Kuzma.
yeah. Well, I think because you're that great, you could still sneak them into an 8 seed.
Do the NBA should they allow?
Hey, we don't give the same fucking reasons for Harden.
You know
when did
LeBron-
Harden have hell besides? Okay, he still got him when he had Dwight Howard and he used to get him to the freaking playoffs every year. Who did Harden have when he had Dwight Howard in his team?
LeBron sat out for 2 months last year. That ruined their whole chance.
That's what I'm. Listen, all I'm saying is I'm not gonna put him as a number 2 best player.
Do you
of all
realize
time.
he's going to be the only player in
Mm-hmm.
NBA history to finish his career in top 5 in scoring, which
Sure.
he will finish number
Sure.
1.
He was in a
He will
weaker
finish number
Eastern
1 to Pacers,
Conference
yeah?
for most of his life.
And top 5 in assists. How crazy is that?
Sure, I'm
He
not
could
saying
go
the
down
guy is
as the all-time leading scorer in NBA history and number 3 in all-time assists.
This comes down to what do you see in the best player in the GOAT conversation? What do you take only stats or do you count championships as well?
Yeah, it's a mixture of both.
Thank you. He
And
has 3 rings.
consistency.
3 rings. How many finals did he lose?
And his career is not over.
He's 37 years old.
How many more does
He's
he get
not
before it's
37.
over?
He's what, 35 now?
No. Can we
Yeah.
check how old is LeBron, please? I think
He's
is that in
35.
that 35?
35, I'm pretty sure.
35, yeah.
How many more does he get? I say one more.
I see one more.
One more ring? Sure.
I'd say one more.
Sure.
Is he
I'd
gonna
say
be
one
satisfied
more.
with that?
He's
No.
35.
Okay, 35. I give him another 3-year career, at least 38.
He'll play till he's 40. I see it.
Yeah, but
I mean, he hasn't slowed down yet. That's a scary thing. 27,
He's
10,
slowed
and 10 this
he
year.
has slowed down.
Almost
No, he hasn't
averages
slowed down
triple-double.
much, but he has slowed down. He's not the same LeBron from a couple of years ago. Let's be very
Okay,
clear.
yeah.
Let's be very clear. I mean, no one can beat getting old.
But there's a point when you start to get older as an athlete and you start to slow yourself down on purpose because he knows that he wants to extend his career. So
Exactly.
he's not
He's
going to be
shown that.
driving to the
Yeah.
to the
Exactly.
goal
But there is a
every
lot.
That's why he
of
became
new
a more
there is
facilitator
a
this
lot
year.
more new cats in the block. So
Yeah.
you guys are
There's
giving
always
him
been
one
more new
ring,
cats.
but just remembered one
That's
thing.
not guaranteed either.
Yeah,
one ring,
exactly.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think so.
Dude, Kawhi is a beast.
of course.
Oh, yeah.
Kawhi is a beast.
Yeah, we're not debating
If
that.
Kawhi wins this year, Kawhi has won 3 rings with 3 different
So
teams.
does he
Of
get in the
course.
conversation? then?
Of course he does.
Because he did it quicker than
Of
LeBron
course
did
he
too,
does.
correct?
Much quicker
Yeah.
and 3 different teams.
But the ring with
I mean,
the
I know if
Spurs-
LeBron wins it with the Lakers, he'll be with
is
3
the
different
ring with
teams
the
as well.
Spurs
But
as impactful, like did Kawhi, was he that big
Yes.
of a piece with?
he was
San
Finals
Antonio?
MVP.
Mm-hmm.
He was Finals MVP.
Okay, because they had a lot
Yes.
of pieces that
He
year.
did.
Oh,
The
yeah, of
older
course.
pieces.
Yeah,
Yeah.
older pieces.
Tony
yeah.
Parker wasn't that
Yeah,
young.
he's still Tony Parker.
Duncan was not that young.
Tony
Ginobili.
Parker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ginobili, I mean, I like that squad. That was a good team.
Yeah, but he was much older towards that last run.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
just
saying
that
Kawhi is the
lineup,
Kawhi that they
starting
have
lineup
now.
is-
I'm pretty sure that chemistry in that team and the way Pop run, I mean, he had them running helped a lot with that. I'm pretty sure.
Taking off
Yeah.
glasses?
Whoa.
Right, that's
I
like
feel a little dizzy.
in
Taking
Big
off
Daddy.
the shades, yeah.
You're not
No
invisible
more
anymore.
invisible.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. There's
Uh-oh.
sound. There's
Am
no
I
one
still
on
in
off.
here?
Yeah, you're fine. Just
All right,
stop
cool,
taking
cool,
off the shades so that we
Sorry.
keep
All
the
right,
volume.
all
All right,
right.
going back so we don't get,
Yeah. Well, we don't have too much longer. I mean, we've been
Right.
running
So,
for quite a bit.
okay. So going back, I don't know how we ended up with all this stuff, but we're talking about the Heat. So do we think that the Heat is gonna come out of the East now that they're having about a week off? Boston
Boston?
were a little shaky in the last game. They couldn't close the deal
I
with
see Miami
Toronto.
over Boston.
You see Miami? Me too. I have Miami over Boston. Dan,
I mean, I want to see who gets out of this. We got game
that's very
7
true.
today.
We still don't know if
I mean, let's
Boston is
not
gonna
count
come
out
out.
Toronto.
No,
What
that's
time
They
not.
is
showed a heart of a champion.
What time
So
They
many around 4 o'clock
Today.
Pacific time.
Do we think Toronto might actually?
I
take
honestly
game?
think Boston's going to win. The line's only 2, so I'm going to be hammering the Celtics tonight because I do think they're the
I'm
better
actually
team.
not gonna pick Boston to win. I'm going Toronto tonight. But I know this episode will be shown tomorrow,
Yeah.
so this will be a good
Day late. Yeah.
kind of. So we'll see
Cut
how
out
see.
that's
whatever's
gonna.
not right.
It's gonna
We'll see.
work.
Here we
All
go.
the predictions just cut.
Who's
them
your
out.
prediction? You said Boston.
I think Boston's winning.
Boston.
Toronto. Okay, great. If whether it's Toronto or Boston in the finals, do we think the Heat has the upper hand here over both teams?
Not at all.
Not at all.
No, the Clippers and Lakers are stronger than everyone.
No.
else.
I'm
we're
talking.
saying
I'm
right
sorry.
now
I'm
for
sorry.
Eastern
The Eastern
Conference
Finals.
Yeah.
What?
In the Eastern Finals,
Yeah,
do
I
we think
think. I
Miami's-
mean, the way Miami's been playing,
Yes.
they're definitely the favorite.
Yes.
Okay.
But I see that as a 7-game series. Heat Boston.
Do you see anyone bothering the Heat for that
I could
final
say
spot?
six game series Boston with Miami.
If Boston's makes
So
it.
Heat
Okay.
in 6.
Okay. I don't think anyone bothers Miami.
Heat in
I think
6.
they do win in 6 games, whether it's against Toronto or Boston. But I think Miami is gonna make it to the finals, and I think that's gonna be a great story for them. Having only Jimmy Butler and a lot of young players, I love that story for them already. It's been a great story, and I can't get enough of it.
I agree.
All right, moving up to the West. Clippers up 3-1. Lakers up 3-1.
Book it.
Do we
Book
see
it.
any
Book it.
surprise?
Stamp it?
No, stamp it. Clippers,
Stamp it.
Lakers, let's go.
Yeah.
Don't even play Game
Yeah,
5.
there's nothing.
Don't even
nothing
play.
to
Let's
discuss
not
there.
waste it. Let's go.
Yeah,
Clippers,
I
Lakers.
agree.
the next
I
round.
agree. I don't think Denver is coming
LeBron,
back from
AD,
3-1
Kawhi,
deficit.
George.
I don't think the Houston. I mean,
Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
yeah, wrap it up.
Wrap it
Let's
up.
I think
go.
Houston might win another game.
We all know where we want to see.
I did pick Houston in 7.
Yeah.
was retarded.
Rondo has been coming big
Rondo.
for
King's
the
out.
Lakers. I know he scored a very
Playoff
quiet
Rondo.
11 points yesterday. AD scored 27 points yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron had, I think, 18 or 19 points. Nothing too big, but he was still being
course,
LeBron
yeah.
in the
LeBron,
floor.
LeBron.
Lakers,
So
Clippers, let's go.
I think Lakers Clippers
Yeah, that's a good
finals.
series.
Let's run it.
It's gonna be a very interesting playoffs.
Let's run it.
Very excited about UFC having the Casa Izzy
Next week.
next weekend.
Yeah,
so
we'll
we
touch
might
base.
do a live. Subscribe if you want to see a live. Us
Live.
talking about the game.
We're going live, baby.
We're going
live.
live.
We
We were
baby.
gonna go to Mexico, but we decided no, we're gonna
Wait,
watch it
live
over
in
here.
Mexico?
No.
That's interesting.
I don't
That's a
trust the
little dirty.
Wi-Fi
Live
in
in
Mexico.
Yeah,
I don't
no.
trust the Wi-Fi in the Airbnbs.
Just live in Mexico.
I don't know about that.
What's
I do
just
like
don't know.
Mexico.
You didn't know.
I
You
do
just
like
don't know.
Mexico, but I don't know if I like it
just
that
don't know.
much. I don't know
I
if
think
I
you
like
said
it
yesterday,
that much.
Mexico,
All
you
right.
just don't know.
Before we leave, any shout outs? Anything we're doing this weekend? I know
How
we're
about
turning it
to,
up tonight.
How about Amelia shout you guys out for getting production on your shirts going up, right?
Oh yeah,
That's
we're gonna
pretty
start some merch very
That's pretty
soon.
exciting.
All right, that
Merch.
was gonna be big news in the next couple of weeks.
Oh.
But yeah, we
throw
just
a teaser out
dropping
there,
some
then.
rumors.
We got some
These are just
rumors.
rumors
It's a
right now.
we got some
rumor.
rumors coming.
I saw a snap. I
Some
don't know.
news coming.
You
So
can't trust
we'll
snap,
see.
I
We'll
don't
see.
Oh, I do
we'll
got
see.
one shout out.
Go ahead.
Bourbon Maple Bacon.
Oh,
Oh my God. We got. Well, hold on. You gotta tell the whole story.
Okay,
Bourbon
last
Maple
night
Bacon.
we wanted to order some food for the NFL game, so we ordered some Chicago deep dish pizza.
Chicago.
And then this lady on the phone told me, "Hey, don't forget about the wings." I was
Whoa.
like, "Whoa, you got some
Whoa.
wings? Are they good?" Because we're hard critics of wings.
Yes, we are.
We're hard
And she
critics in
said,
general.
"Order the bourbon maple bacon wings." Say that 5 times fast.
Bourbon
Bourbon
Maple
maple
wings.
bacon. Bourbon maple bacon.
Bourbon.
Bourbon.
Bourbon?
Bourbon maple bacon.
But hey, I'm
Best
not gonna
wings I've
lie.
ever had in my life. Shout out to
Hands
those
down.
wings.
I'm not gonna
Top
lie.
Best wings I've ever had.
Top 2.
Do we want to say the name of the place?
Sure, Rance's Pizza, Long
Long
Beach.
Beach.
Yep.
Dude,
Great
I'm
these
not gonna lie.
wings,
I'm
though,
a very.
man.
I'm big on my wings. It's very hard
Great
to
wings,
impress me with
Francis.
my
Good
wings.
job.
Let me explain to you what happened.
us a call,
We
Francis.
ordered the wings and we liked them so much
We did.
that we ordered them again. We sent 2 more.
We waited
order of
another
wings.
hour for delivery.
Said
To
No,
get
Run it
no,
back.
no,
Run it
no,
back.
no, no,
Run
no.
it back.
We waited an hour and a half.
It was an hour and a half.
Because the dude that was supposed to deliver them
Batman.
was a completely different person, and he
Batman.
was wearing a Batman
Face mask.
freaking face mask in his picture, and
It
it
wasn't
turned out
Batman.
it wasn't even him on the. I mean,
Yeah.
when he
Batman
showed
has
up.
many faces. You never know.
Batman has many faces. All right, so shout out to Rances in Long Beach.
Shout out to Trendy Husky.
Bourbon maple bacon.
If
Say
you get
5
a
times
chance,
fast. I
get
wanna
their
see you guys say it.
bourbon maple
Bacon.
bacon
Wings.
wings. All
Pretty
right.
good.
Say it 5 times fast.
That's all right. All right. So if you haven't,
a
please
wrap.
do go subscribe in our page, Trendy
Like,
Husky
share.
Podcast, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook. We try to make this show better every week,
Like, comment,
every
share.
episode. Thank you to our production girl, beautiful Ali.
Ali.
I want to say thank you to our marketing girl, Happy Kathy. She has been doing
Kathy.
great,
Good job, Kathy.
bringing on different guests from different platforms.
Captain.
Shout out to my boy over here. We couldn't do it without him
With the
talking
blue
some good
eyes.
football stuff.
Fire picks,
Blue
baby.
eyes.
Fire
Exact
picks as
score.
well. Danny Blue Eyes. If you haven't, please go subscribe to his page.
Like,
Thank
comment,
you
share.
for Timmy 2 times.
Timmy two
two
times.
times.
Best
Breaking
appearance.
ladies' hearts
Tim.
one heart at a time.
Breaking one heart at a time.
Timmy 2 times.
Tim Lucas.
Follow him.
Thank you so much
course,
for
thanks for
coming
having
to
me
the
on,
show
guys.
today.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good luck, my friend, with your workouts and
Yes,
stuff.
sir.
And again, thank you from your host, the one and only Yasi.
Frenchie.
Hey.
All right, let's go. It's a wrap.
Alright.
Happy
Thank you.
weekend, boys.
Happy
Woo.
weekend, everyone.